All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Tonight we are live for Champions League Round 2 qualification second leg game between Arsenal and BK Häcken. In the first leg, Häcken took a 1-0 win in Sweden. Now in the second leg, Arsenal must win if they want to progress. So, Harry, difficult job for Arsenal tonight. They've got to overturn that deficit. Big game, are you excited?
Yeah, very much so. I think the first leg has made this game very, very interesting. I think the majority of people would have expected this game to not mean that much, would have expected Arsenal to find their feet in the first leg, and then this game would kind of just be seeing the tie out, but that is not the case. Arsenal have to win tonight in order to at least send this tie to penalties. If Hair can turn up here knowing that all they've got to do is draw and they are through into the Champions League and they have knocked Arsenal out. So this is an absolutely massive game. An Arsenal side that just could not break down Häcken last Wednesday. They've got to do it tonight. If not, they're out of the tournament. So absolutely, it's huge tonight that they do get the win across the line and they do win this game and reach the group stage.
Yeah, all right, let's have a look at the lineups for today's game. Then we are, of course, at Meadow Park, which can create a really nice atmosphere. We saw at the Emirates, because a lot of the strong support was quite split up, it was difficult for the fans to really create an atmosphere. But at Meadow Park, because it is smaller, because the singing section, the shouting section is a bit more concentrated, we do see some good atmosphere. So hopefully we'll see that from Arsenal tonight. That might spur them on. Let's have a look then at the team. It looks like a 4-4-2 for Arsenal tonight, with Frida Manum dropping out of the side. In goal, Manuela Zinsberger. She started every competitive fixture for Arsenal so far this season. She keeps her place in there. Would be difficult to throw Van Domslar in when they need to win tonight. In the back four, Fox, Ruben Moy, Kadina and Katie McCabe. Still no Leah Williamson after she suffered a concussion, but we've seen Ruben Moy and Kadina start now in consecutive matches and look fairly solid. Across the four then, it's Mead, Captain Little, Vouty and Galdente. It's an unconventional shape for Arsenal tonight. They are not playing with the attack midfielder, which we are used to seeing them do this season, so that's going to be interesting. And then a two-striker formation, Blacksenius and Russo leading the line together. Two players who couldn't take their chances against Manchester City, but need to tonight, right?
Yeah, very much so. I think Eidevall has realised they need a goal tonight. They need to break down this Häcken defence, and he thinks that the way to do that is to put two strikers up there, and it might work. Putting more presence in the penalty area, putting more pressure onto BK Häcken could be the way to find a goal. I definitely think that it will be interesting. We know Russo and Blacksenius prefer to play as the lone number 9s, but they've got to work together tonight and they're going to have to play very, very well. They need to find a goal in this game tonight, because realistically, that's who Arsenal are relying on. Caldente, Mead, they're a little bit deeper, but they're going to be providing chances for that front two to be the ones to find the back of the net and to get Arsenal through in this game, to get Arsenal back ahead on aggregate. But yeah, system change, Arsenal hope that it is going to pay off.
Indeed. Let's have a look then at the Häcken lineup. In goal, it's Captain Falk, a back four of Vik, Rybrink, Oslund and Nelhager. In the pivot, it's Fostauser and Kermark. Tyndall, the goal scorer from last week, on the right. On the left-hand side, Kitagawa comes in for Bergstrom, and Vergaarden attacking midfield, and leading the line, the Canadian Clarissa Larissy. Very good team. We saw how well they played against Arsenal last week. Do we expect to see them put up a similar level of strong defensive performance tonight?
Yeah, very much so. And the difference this week is they've got something to defend now. They're 1-0 up. Häcken know positive result tonight, they are through. Doesn't matter what Arsenal do. All they need to do is draw. For Häcken, it'll be a very, very similar sentiment to what it was last week. Sit defensive, play compact, make it hard for Arsenal to break you down, and then when you get the opportunity, get that ball forward to Larissy, to Tyndall, to Kitagawa. Get those players running at Arsenal, because as we saw last week, they were sat low, they defended well, they were compact, they didn't let Arsenal break them down. They got one opportunity, they forced the error from McCabe, and Tyndall took her chance, and Larissy could have had one or two herself. So Häcken have shown that not only are they an incredibly good defensive unit, but they can also hit Arsenal on the counter, and that is the concern, because Arsenal, they're going to go for it. They need a goal tonight. They need at least a goal. They've got to go for the game. That will give Häcken opportunities to strike once again, and if they can nick a goal, suddenly they're 2-0 up on aggregate, and Arsenal are in all sorts of trouble. So it'll be a very similar game plan for Häcken tonight. For Arsenal, they'll be hoping they're trying something different tactically. They'll be hoping it can produce a different result.
Yeah, all right. We've got some interesting comments in the live chat, so let's look through them. Paul Hepton, welcome to the stream, as always, saying, like to see Arsenal take some long-range shots to get some cross into the box and not just try and pass the ball into their 6-yard box. Yeah, they were very conservative against Häcken in the first leg, very slow, and it just meant that they couldn't really create any opportunities. I don't think they had a clear-cut chance that I can remember, other than probably the Kafaji one that she smashed against the crossbar. But even then, they didn't create they didn't create that. They pressed and they won the ball back. Other than that, they didn't really create an opportunity. Hlomla Mbwana, hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly there. Apologies if I'm not, saying, with that selection, I'd sack Jonas tonight if we lose. No reason to drop Frida. I think that's the big call, isn't it? Frida Maanum dropping out the side. One of the best players for Arsenal in that Manchester City game, where they dominated and ultimately probably should have won. And, you look at Blackstenius and Russo, both players who missed numerous big opportunities for Arsenal, where they probably could have, if they'd scored, Arsenal probably would have won that match.
Yeah.
I can see why fans are frustrated, because that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I understand why he wants to go 2 up front. I understand that he wants to put more pressure onto the Häcken backline by putting 2 strikers in there. You've got an extra player in the penalty area, you're going to cause more problems. But you're doing, as you say, in order to play 2 up front, they've had to sacrifice Frida Maanum. That is stupid. I don't see how you can do that. I understand why, if you are going to go 2 up front, she is the player you sacrificed because she couldn't play in the pivot. Potentially, maybe she could without it.
They could have gone 3-5-2.
Potentially.
They need to push for goals at some point tonight, and they could have played McCabe as a wing back.
There was options for Eidevall to play 2 up front and to play Maanum. I'm intrigued to see how it goes. The front 2 for me, Blackstenius and Russo, have to find the back of the net tonight. They have to improve, especially Russo. She was benched for Sunday's game, then she came on and didn't really have an impact. So I think it's a big night for Russo. Blackstenius.
It's a big night for Blackstenius. She missed that opportunity. She should have rounded Yamashita, made it 2-0 Arsenal, and
this is where I find it bizarre.
Had the cushion there.
For me, this isn't her type of game. You're not going to get her in behind Häcken tonight. You won't, because they're going to sit deep.
Is that the game plan? We're going 4-4-2. Are they just trying to get that ball in behind? If they've got 2 runners, it's more difficult for the defenders to mark both of them. But it feels hopeful also, for me, Arsenal. I don't really get that.
We saw them try and play over the top with those against Häcken in the first leg, and what was happening is that they would get the ball to the edge of the penalty area, and then they'd try and dink it over the top to land it in the 6-yard box. It's not going to work. Because of the way Häcken play, you cannot play over the top against them. So, for me, sacrificing Maanum and keeping Blackstenius in the side, I don't understand it, to be completely honest. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what happens, but I think that it could be the wrong decision. And as we've seen with Arsenal, if they get a decision wrong tonight, they could be out of the tournament. And for me, as the people in chat are saying, if Arsenal get knocked out tonight, Eidevall's in big trouble. I'm not saying he's going to get sacked because we're 1 game into the WSL season. But if they do get knocked out today, that is massive.
The decision to sack Eidevall isn't going to come anytime soon. No. But the problem is, if they go out tonight and they don't win anything on the end of the season, then it's just another thing that mounts up against Eidevall. I think if he doesn't win anything this season, regardless, he's probably in a lot of trouble. Because there will be more options on the market next summer than there were this summer. So I think that's going to be interesting. HB saying our crossing is so poor, and when we do get them right, the strikers are bad headers off the ball. And so you ask, why drop Frida Maanum, who we know is an accomplished header of the football? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I think you saw the space that was on the edge of the box for Maanum against Manchester City. Yes, that's more difficult to do against Häcken because they play a double pivot rather than just Yui Hasegawa holding up all of the midfield. But I still think that Maanum would have offered more tonight. I guess we'll see, though. We'll see. It depends how Arsenal are going to look to play. I think in some scenarios it's going to look like a 4-2-4 in attacking areas, which will be interesting to watch. Maybe even a 3-2-5, because we're going to see McCabe get high and we're going to see Caldente drift inside. So it's going to be interesting to see how those sort of players link up. They're going to have to go for the game tonight, Arsenal. They can't do anything but go for the game because they have to win. They have to win tonight. That is the simple fact of it. Emily saying, I think it'll be Arsenal 1, Häcken 2. Bold prediction. So is that in the game tonight, or is that on aggregate, Emily? I mean, either way, Arsenal would be knocked out. But if they lost tonight as well, that would be even more damning. Yeah, exactly that. But I think Maanum would have been the perfect player for tonight, because realistically, putting the ball in, whipping the ball in, isn't going to. Häcken are going to beat Russo and Blackstenius in the air more times than they're not. But what you need is to get the ball to the byline and cut it back to the edge of the area where you have runners
which would have been Freedom Arnhem, and we know how good her ball strike. Look what she did on Sunday. Yeah. They're the type of opportunities they're going to get, Arsenal. If they're going to get chances, they're going to pen Häcken right back, they're going to cut the ball back to the edge of the area, and there's going to be a runner there ready to put it in the goal.
Yeah, it's just that frustrating thing of, we know that if Arsenal can invite Häcken on to press and play through them, then they can create space, they can create transitional moments. The issue is, the Arsenal side we saw play Häcken last week couldn't play through that press.
No.
If Häcken came and pressed them, they would win the ball back. And so that was, for me, a bit of an issue, and therefore I don't see what Arsenal are going to do tonight. They are a very good side, so they may come up with something, and I guess we'll see. But Häcken set up really well in the reverse fixture, and I think they'll try and do the same tonight. Yeah,
I think it's very, very interesting to see. Will they just... Because what we've seen from Häcken is that more often than not, the way they defend is by attacking. As you say, their way to defend is to press high and win the ball back. I'll be intrigued to see whether they stick with their guns in terms of they're going to press high, be a bit more risky, but they know that they can defend like that, or whether because they're leading, they're going to try and sit back and protect it. I think, for me, we'll probably see them press, which is risky because they don't need the goal, they don't need to be so attacking. But sometimes, as they've proven, attack is the best form of defence.
Well, pressing in itself is defensive, and I think they will look to do that tonight because that does pen Arsenal back.
Yeah, just not as high.
No, true, but I still think Häcken are very good in the press, so they won't have any issues there. Emily Moxham saying, part of me does see a world where Arsenal do the business, but like Häcken are not to be written off. I can see Häcken winning. Very true. I thought they were exemplary in the first leg, and I think tonight they will try and put up an equally good fight. It's whether Arsenal can come up with something, because Arsenal, player for player, are a much better side.
Yeah.
But it's whether they can show that tonight. It's whether they can prove that out on the field, which they didn't do in the first leg. There's no reason to suggest they will tonight, but I guess we'll see. Johnny says, Amadeus Merriott is putting a stinkfest of a performance. I saw that game with Juventus. It looks like Juventus are going to go through.
Incredible. That would be a huge upset. Yes, Juventus are a good side, but PSG, they've got a lot of work to do. There's not long left in that game now as well. So I think they're all but out, to be completely honest. And that is huge. Semi-finalists could be dumped out before the tournament even gets underway.
Yeah, indeed. So far says, who would Arsenal get if they sack Eidevall? It's a way too difficult conversation to have right now. There are options out there in the market that obviously, if we see in a year's time, we will have an understanding of how managers have got on this season. For example, if Amandine Mikel comes into the WSL and Leicester are incredible, I imagine one of those top sides is going to have a look at her.
Yeah.
But with Manchester United potentially looking to move on their manager, with Arsenal doing the same with City and Taylor, well, they've not won anything. They didn't win anything last season, so I think there's going to be an interest. One of those three managers will go: Eidevall, Skinner, or Taylor. Next summer.
Has to.
For me.
Well, probably.
But that's the issue. There's four sides there there's three sides trying to compete for one spot that's currently held by Chelsea. One of them is always, or all three of them are always going to fail.
Yeah.
There's going to be someone in there that fails. So it's very difficult to judge that performance. Let's get into some predictions then, because we have got a couple minutes till kick-off now. Harry, what are you going to go for today's game? If you are watching along, get involved in the live chat. Tell us your prediction, but I'll start with you, Harry.
I will go for... this is tough. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a draw on the night, which will send Häcken through an aggregate. I think it'll be 1-1 at Meadow Park, but Häcken winning the first leg will send them through, and they'll go through 2-1 on aggregate score. I think it'll be Arsenal to take the lead, and it'll be a goal from Stina Blackstenius. They'll level it up. They'll take the lead on the night, level it up on aggregate, but then it'll be Häcken in the second half, and it will be Clarissa Larissé who will find the goal to send Häcken through.
So we're going for a Häcken win.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal just about do it. I'll say 1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
And then they will take it on penalties. I think that when we get to that situation, so we've seen with underdog sides before, when they get to penalties, the quality runs out, and you would imagine Arsenal's players will be better penalty takers. It's impossible to say. I've never seen these Häcken players take penalties.
I mean, if it's anything like Paris FC last year, Arsenal are going to hate penalties.
Very true.
We'll see what happens, but...
And I'll say Blackstenius with the goal.
Okay, but it's going to be a good game. Arsenal know they're up against it, and to be honest, if we've learnt from Arsenal teams in the past, when the pressure's on, they don't really deliver. So I'm very intrigued to see what they can come up with tonight. Häcken, they've got a game plan. They know how they can win this game tonight. If they execute it well enough, they could see themselves into the Champions League for back-to-back seasons, and Arsenal will be knocked out in back-to-back years.
And that would be very interesting.
That would be a huge upset.
Yeah.
They should have got there last year. If they don't win tonight, that is a massive failure. You've got players like Mariona Caldente now. If they get knocked out tonight, she won't be playing in the Champions League. And that is, I don't think anyone would imagine a scenario where that happened in a million years.
Very true. So the pressure's on for Arsenal tonight. They need to win, and they do have kick-off here at Meadow Park. Once the referee blows their whistle, it'll be Arsenal to get us started. Just going through the things they have to do before the match, the referee. Checking that everyone is in position. It will be Rousseau to get us underway in this Champions League Round 2 second leg. And we are now underway in this game. Arsenal get us started. A 1-0 win for Häcken in the first leg. Arsenal now with work to do to overturn that deficit. 90 minutes ahead of us. Can the Gunners turn it around? Ruben Moy on the ball. Now Emily Fox. And Arsenal will look to come down this right-hand side early on here. Pass inside to Valti. Valti coming into the side as well. Big call over Kyra Cooney cross. Do you think that's the right one?
I think she gives you a bit more stability, but I think when
Häcken are coming forwards quickly here with Moy deals with it. It's then not cleared away by Cadena. And it's still in the box for Häcken, just about pushed away by Lea Cadena. And now here come Arsenal. Mariona Caldente gets around Vick. Vick getting back in though. And she's tugging at that shirt constantly. Häcken do win it back though. Caldente stops to complain, but it's back in Häcken possession, and referee not interested in pulling that one back.
Yeah, but I think as I was saying, Valti is an interesting one. She gives you more stability, a little bit more control in the midfield. But in a game where you need goals and a game where you've got to go for it, I think Cooney Cross just gives you a little bit more options, going forward. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see that decision to swap those two round is going to pay off.
Yeah, indeed. Here's Foss-Dalser now. Kermark goes back to Rybrink. And Häcken immediately settling into possession here. Kermark. Rybrink again. And now Oslund.
And this isn't what Arsenal wanted to let happen tonight. If Häcken get into a rhythm and get up to speed in this game, it's going to make it even more difficult to find a goal.
Yeah, indeed. And a foul in there from Valti. Just a little too aggressive there in the press, trying to win that ball back quickly. But yeah, Häcken, they look comfortable on the ball.
Yeah. And that's why they did so well last season, is because they rocked up at the bigger sides and they played them off their own ground at times.
So that was a little bit loose. Kermark puts in a big challenge. Larissé wins the header. Kermark then up in the air. That was good from Tyndall. And she tries to take on Cadena. Cadena knocks it out of play. Häcken throw. But it's been all Häcken to start this game. The visitors dominating the ball. Kermark tries to play that over the top. It gets cleared back in her direction. She wins the header, but McCabe does well just to see that out. And now an Arsenal throw. Deep on the far side. Needs an option here, McCabe.
And this is the same problem they had last week. They had nothing on. No one showing.
Well, she's got options. Goes to Caldente. Had to drop really deep here. Now Ruben Moy. It finds Valti, but a space for Lea Valti here in the middle of the field. Fox turns back. Ruben Moy. Now Fox. Valti, Fox, Kitagawa kicks it into Fox, and that's a Häcken throw. It's too slow.
Yeah, two passes annoyed me in there from Valti. They're what I refer to as negative passes, where the ball is going directly into Fox. If she plays that ball a few yards ahead of Fox, Fox can take it in her stride and move forwards with it. Because it's directly at Fox, she's forced to take it and turn around and go backwards again. It's negative passing because she's forcing Fox to think backwards rather than be able to take it on and go forwards.
Yeah, indeed. Emily Moxham says Arsenal's problems are not on the pitch, in my opinion. They've got a world-class squad. Their problems are off the pitch. That's interesting. In some cases I do agree. I don't think that either of our systems is very good at breaking down low blocks. We've seen that. We saw that against Häcken last week. We saw it often last season. Obviously, they were very good against Manchester City, and so that's where the difference comes, because I thought that tactically they were much better than Manchester City. They dominated that game, and yet their players let them down.
Yeah.
Individuals let them down. Rousseau, Blackstone both missed big chances. Arsenal as a team missed 4 big chances. That's absolutely criminal in a game that was so important for the WSL title race.
I think that's Arsenal's biggest problem, is that when teams are not playing very well, it's either because they're not getting it right tactically, and in terms of the coaching staff aren't getting it right, or the players are underperforming. With Arsenal, it's hit and miss. Either one of them's working or the other one isn't, and you can't really pin that problem because the problem changes.
Mead. Pokes it towards Russo, and the touch is poor. Russo does well to win it back. Can she pick out a teammate? Fox delivers the ball into the box, and that's not...
crossing's pointless.
That's going to fall to McCabe again. Caldente wants to come inside here. Could strike this, Mariona Caldente, and it's a comfortable save for Falk. But I like that. Caldente's driven inside with purpose. She's taken a shot and forced a save out of Falk.
Yeah, Häcken cannot let that happen again. Caldente does brilliantly. Just runs directly at her opposing number and gets it. It's not a great shot, but it's not a terrible one. It's, you're testing the goalkeeper, and it's just that that is a warning for Häcken. They cannot afford to let Mariona Caldente cut inside like that again.
Yeah, indeed.
Because she will punish.
And that's good pressure there from Beth Mead. Manages to block the clearance, and that means it's a Häcken throw. Yichen Louise says, well, Häcken looks more aggressive than last week. Interesting. Yeah, they had to suck up the pressure for a lot of the first half, didn't they, against Arsenal at home. Here, though, they have been able to dominate possession, which is quite an intriguing phenomenon. Nelhager. And they try to play the full forwards, and they've conceded possession. Poked forwards by Caldente. Here's Mead. Look to cross. Now to Fox. Mead. Player on her back. Will turn. Plays it inside. Valti tries to play that ball through. I'm not sure what she was trying to do there. Black Stenius was never going to be able to turn and latch onto that.
Ooh.
Back with Cadino. Gets away with one there. Valti into Vubenmoy. Back to Lea Valti, who makes the run forward. Now needs a forward option. Goes to Mead out wide, who goes wider still to Fox. Here's Mead. Fox. Forced backwards. Finds Vubenmoy. And now is out wide to Stina Blackstenius. Blackstenius has Fox in support. Fox makes the wide run, but they take too long about it. Kitagawa gets there. She's going to try and see that out. Will the ball go? It looks like it has.
Yes, it did.
Much to Fox's frustration there.
Good defending, just by Kitagawa.
Yeah, that could have gone. Going to roll for her.
That could have gone quite badly, but just had enough on it to roll off the end of the pitch.
But there, Fox just took too long to make that run. By the time she did, it was quite readable, quite obvious what Blackstenius was trying to do, and Kitagawa got back round to it. Arsenal now in possession. Caldente. Now McCabe. Fizzes a pass back to Cadena into Mariona Caldente. Switching the play here. And that's a ball through that finds Mead. Struck a goal. Saved by the goalkeeper. It's going to fall nicely for Häcken there, who deal with it. That could have spilt to an Arsenal player, but there was no one on the edge of the box. Great ball through. Häcken should have dealt with it better. Mead pokes one goalwards that the goalkeeper came out, but it was straight at her. Anywhere else, and the goalkeeper would have had very little chance of being able to react to that. Yeah,
it was one of those Häcken should have dealt with it, and Mead just doesn't anticipate that it's going to fall for her. So by the time she does realise it's happening, the goalkeeper's practically in her face, and she's not going to get a half decent shot away. But Häcken get away. That's what Arsenal got to do, is put the Häcken defence under pressure, and errors will happen. And that is a huge let off for Häcken.
Rousseau now takes it and turns, looking to drive forward. Lovely stuff from Alessia Rousseau. The cross, though, less nice. That was a wayward ball into the box.
But yeah, the switch from Caldente just puts the pressure on the Häcken.
Here just has to deal with that. It falls to Mead, who pokes it straight at the keeper. I think she's got time there to do more with that.
It's a tough one.
Because she sees it bounce, and there's not a whole lot of pace on it. She's got time to react.
She runs ahead of it is her first problem. Is she doesn't anticipate, because she's anticipating that there's a mistake, but she's she's ran past it. They'd have to just slow herself down and then flick it on.
Kitagawa
just need to run onto the ball rather than have to stop and let the ball kind of fall to her. Just end up being a bit messy, but that is a huge let off for Häcken. They've had a couple now. They've got away with it.
Rybrink going to lift that over the top, looking for the run of Larissé. Larissé will give this chase, and she might just get there. She does get there, ball into the box, but that's an easy claim for Zinsberger. And now Arsenal can look to play out. Brilliant from Larissé, though, not to give that up.
Yeah, she's done well to get there. Ball skidding on tonight, and she still managed to get on the end of it.
Indeed. Zinsberger. With the directness that Arsenal want to play with tonight, with those balls in behind that they're going to be looking to execute, do you think the rain does aid them in that regard?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, as long as they can stay on side, which Beth Mead hasn't there, that would be a Häcken free kick. But
because we've already seen the ball seems to be moving at a faster pace than Häcken want it to.
Yeah.
And the players, therefore, are making mistakes. The passes aren't going exactly where they want them. Whereas Arsenal, who want to slip those balls in behind, who want to try and get runners in behind tonight, well, they don't have to put as much on the ball to get in behind. Yeah. And Häcken just seems to be misjudging that at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think it does favour Arsenal. You know, I think they're
it's a very minimal gain, of course. I'm not saying the rains comes to Häcken.
The players are quicker, so the ball's moving quicker. The whoever's going to get there first.
Tries to play it in behind. Here come Häcken, brilliant from Tyndale. Direct run, gets past McCabe, tries to cut it back, and a crucial touch from Cadena, crucial interception. But again, we see McCabe just struggle in that 1v1. Because Tyndale has it, and this is poor from Arsenal. Canate gives it away in a poor position. Tyndale tries to poke it towards Larissy. She keeps fine forward. Chance for Häcken, just past the far post. And Arsenal escape with yet another one. It was messy from Arsenal. It fell for Anvegard, and that really could have gone. Yeah. Tyndale kept fighting. Larissy didn't give up on it, and it fell nicely for her. Anvegard has just got to put that on target there.
Got to do better.
Got to make the keeper work at the very least.
Häcken got a huge let-off up the other end a few moments ago, and that's a massive one for Arsenal now. Yeah. Anvegard has got to hit the target. I don't know how she's dragged that wide.
She has so much time to consider where she's going to place that shot. And it's moving at such a slow speed. It's not like it's fizzed across at her. Keita did well there to win the ball. But it's been pulled back for a foul there from Larissy on Vuvamoy.
Very open game.
Arsenal going to settle into possession. Cadena.
I think the thing is, if it is going to be an open game, that doesn't really favour Arsenal or hinder them. In terms of, yes, they're going to get more opportunities, but it means if they're going to keep pushing forward harder, then they're also going to get caught out.
Yeah, indeed. Ball lifts over the top from Veek. That will just be seen home there by Leia Cadena.
The balls in behind actually seem to be benefiting both teams at the moment.
Yeah.
Larissy is beating Cadena in that foot race.
And so is Tyndale against McCabe.
Yeah. Which is because McCabe had a brilliant game, on Sunday.
But there was no 1v1 defending there.
No.
And that's where I think McCabe is let down. Her blocking, her body position when she's in the box is really good. I think her close defending, where the player hasn't really got anywhere to go, is good. But the issue comes when she's defending 1v1s in wide areas, which as a fullback you do a lot.
Yeah.
McCabe lays that nicely into Russo, tries to play a flick that just doesn't come off. And now Caldente wants to come inside. Finds Alessia Russo, has Blackstenius on the left, goes right into Mead. Mead here, ball into the box, chance. Blackstenius couldn't touch it, Russo kicked up for, and she's dragged her shot wide. Yeah, that didn't even take a deflection in there.
Russo was never doing it. It was just a bit of a weird spit up, but better from Arsenal.
It's really good from Russo to pick out Mead. Mead, there's not really anyone in the box, and she puts it in there. Blackstenius as well to almost get that fizzed up nicely for Russo. But there's a nudge in the back there, and that is so good. Because if not, she strikes that.
Yeah.
She strikes that ball completely with no distraction, no issue.
Yeah. Very good defending because it's not a foul, but it's just enough to offset the striker.
That's such a brave pass from Falcon there, but she finds Kermark and it keeps Häcken's possession.
Yeah.
They're ambitious on the ball, Häcken, but it's working. I mean, they're literally playing a pass across their 6-yard box. And they're playing in their own 18-yard box, and they have the ball. It's absurd. I've not seen such brave in possession football work at any level. It's brilliant. No. Arsenal just need to press it a bit more effectively. I mean, they're already going. The problem is they're going very hell for leather at the moment, and Häcken, by just waiting and seeing where the passing options are doing all right. And now Osterlund tries to pick out Kitagawa. Hasn't exactly found the pass. Fox. Valti.
That was better from Arsenal. They managed to, they
forced them going along there. Yeah.
And they took the back line kind of away really and made them their own separate part of the team. There was no easy option for the defenders to play to there.
Yeah. Now Sapphire saying PSG are out. I expect them to overtake Lyon at some point, but right now they just seem to get worse.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Again, it just provides further evidence that we could expand the UWCL and not have to go through qualifiers, yet they're just not doing it. Instead of bringing in Europa League, which I don't get. I think you can do both. I think there are enough qualities. If you consider the teams that aren't in the competition this season, I think Benfica, it could easily be in this competition and compete. PSG, easily be in this competition and compete. We're going to see one of these two sides, not in the Champions League proper, could easily be in it and compete. Paris FC, we saw last year, they can compete on that stage. So for me, it's frustrating that we don't see an expansion to the UWCL, because I think we could easily get to 32. That's only 10 more teams.
Potentially.
That's only 10 more teams. And then you can run 8 groups of 4. Instead, we're going to a 24-team competition, I think, next year. Or something like that. Ball into the box. Not even that, I think it's a 20 team.
We've definitely seen a few upsets this year already. As you say, Hammarby knocking out Benfica yesterday. Galatasaray are the first Turkish team to ever get to the UWCL proper.
That's terrible, because we have 18 at the moment, don't we?
Oh, right.
No. 16. So we need to double the current teams. Which I think is possible. I think it's possible. But even if we didn't double them, you could expand the UWCL without
just 24.
Too much issue. But then you'd have to have some sort of like knockout round.
Oh yeah.
But that works. They want to have a knockout playoff round anyway once they go to the league phase.
But yeah, Arsenal, they've just got to make sure they're there.
They do indeed. Valti, Vuvamoy. A pass forward here as Russo pokes it out wide. Mead manages to hold on to the ball, back to Emily Fox. Fox will drive inside here. That's a terrible pass, and Larissy can look to break. She's in here, Larissy, and that's a drag back from Vuvamoy. Will she get away with it? No, she won't. Surely that's a card.
Yeah.
And it's yellow, Vuvamoy. Lucky Kadina was back in there to avoid the red, really. But you could make the argument, because Larissy, that's tragic from Emily Fox. Someone who's usually so dependable. And then...
Yeah, Vuvamoy knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows Kadina's there.
It's smart. It's so smart, because she knows conceding that free kick is better than letting Kadina deal with it one-on-one.
Because I don't think Kadina gets across. I think Larissy bursts away from her.
Potentially.
But obviously you don't equate pace when you consider the red card. But Larissy, I don't think Kadina gets anywhere near her. Without committing a red card challenge.
It would have been interesting to see. But, yeah. Another letter for Arsenal. I think I'm very happy with my prediction. I said 1-1, and I think I'm right, because both sides look like they're going to score tonight.
I just think that the favour's going to favour Arsenal. I think they have to do it with the home crowd.
I mean, to be fair to Häcken, they've taken a brilliant away, strong away support. Yeah. They bought more than Rangers.
I think it benefits them that their men's side aren't very good.
Yeah.
Because you'll have fans of the men's side who go, well, you know what? We're not, the men's team aren't going away to Arsenal anytime soon. I'm going to enjoy a holiday.
Yeah. I don't blame them. Have a great, and they have the night in London.
Yeah, and they have a strong support anyway, of course. But
yeah, that's a bit of a sloppy offside for Häcken there.
Yeah.
Just playing around the corner. Should have really clocked on to the fact that was going to be offside.
Emily says, I feel like the Europa League is just going to be a second chance saloon for those who can't get through to the Champions League qualifiers. There isn't even a qualifying spot for it in the WSL. We don't really know how it's going to work yet, because presumably teams that get knocked out in Champions League qualifying will drop down into the Europa League. Is how I assume it's going to work, right? Because so we won't have a Europa League spot per se, but second and third will get knocked down to the Europa League if they can't make the Champions League, which I think is good, but I don't know. I feel like there are more.
Arsenal are making so many errors. Moyes taking a poor touch there and end up dribbling the ball off the pitch.
The problem is, in the moment as well with the women's game, is that you've got Germany have 2 teams that can compete, 3 teams I think with Frankfurt now that can compete at the top level. You've got 3 teams probably in Spain, 3 teams in France, but other than that, it's 1 or 2.
Yeah,
maybe 3 if you look at Sweden now, because obviously Häcken could get through tonight. We already saw Hammarby get through, and both of them they're second and third in the league behind Rosengard, who have won every single match in the Damallsvenskan this season. So I think you've got 3 good teams there. But then you look at the WSL, and I think you could easily have 5.
Yeah,
maybe 4 definitely. But you could probably throw someone like Liverpool in there, and they wouldn't get trounced.
No.
So it's just frustrating, because obviously you don't want to just see it be those 4 divisions, but I think you could create a really high quality competition.
Yeah.
and not dilute it too much by including more teams from certain nations.
You touched on Wolfsburg there. They look like they're making up for the fact they didn't get here last year by putting 12 past Fiorentina across the 2 legs.
Yeah,
they're back with a bang.
Yeah, Romov's tanking Servette, SKN Poulton. They won 5-0 stage, meaning they go through 8-0 on aggregate. They were there last year, of course, in the group with Barcelona in the group stage.
This is one of the closest ties in round 2.
Yeah, there's not been. I mean, Sporting Real's been quite close.
Celtic
versus.
I thought PSG Juventus.
Poltava.
PSG Juventus, I thought would have been a lot closer.
But no, 2-1 for Juventus on the night, 5-2 on aggregate.
Wow.
I mean, the investment that PSG have put in the summer to not get through, I think, is really poor.
Oh yeah,
and there'll be players now like Romy Loikto will be questioning why they left Ajax. Obviously, Ajax didn't get through, but perhaps they could have if they kept Loikto, if they'd kept players like Grant. But I'd like to have attention from across Europe. She chose PSG with the project there, the Champions League football on offer, and they're not there. It feels like Russo from last summer all over again.
Yeah,
little.
We've hit the period in the game now. Both sides started fast. It was very heavy, went hell for leather. Now it's just calming down. Häcken are dropping back. Arsenal are just keeping the pressure on. They've been knocking it around for a bit. Now they're coming forwards, though.
Russo takes aim. Big save from Falk. You felt that shot there is a bit of desperation, a bit of frustration, because Arsenal aren't really getting the opportunities they want.
That's better than what happened last week.
100%. So not dissing just saying. That feels like, just get a shot away, test the keeper a bit, see what happens. Falk answers the question asked of her, but yeah, nice to see from Russo there, just trying to...
And that's why they brought in 2 strikers, because Russo can go out, cut inside and have shots, and you've still got a focal point in the middle. Your striker's not running out and then no one's left, no one in the penalty area.
Yeah.
You always have 1, if not 2 people in the area.
As Sapphire says, I didn't expect Paris FC to get destroyed by City. They are now 7-0 down on aggregate. Yeah, that was really surprising. We were debating when we did the first legs of this second round qualification as to whether to do City, Paris FC or Arsenal Häcken, because I thought they'd both be really close games. Glad we went for Arsenal Häcken now because obviously we got to watch Häcken.
Look at Paris FC. They beat Real Madrid. They got to the group stage. They beat Real Madrid. They gave Häcken a good fight as well. It was. I'm surprised they've been tanked in the way they have.
Yeah, I agree. Ball into the box from Leia Valti.
What a touch.
Fizzing around. Russo tries to put it back in there. Cleared away by Oslund. And they will get away with that again. Häcken just defending valiantly at the moment. Arsenal.
There's a vital touch from someone in there that just took it away from the on-running Stina Blackstenius.
Yeah, Emily saying, but wouldn't 4th be a good shout for it? You've got Manchester United, us, Tottenham and even Villa that could do well in the European competition, but haven't managed to break into the top 3. I mean, I think 4th would be a very good suggestion for it. We assumed that would happen. Obviously, now that isn't a thing, we don't think.
No.
It looks like they're going to just do whoever gets knocked out of the UWCL qualifiers. Mm. But I think you could definitely open up more qualification spots.
Yeah.
Especially in leagues like the WSL, where there is that quality. But, yeah. The issue is, you could easily... Like with the Europa League, there's only about 3-4 teams in the WSL that wouldn't be qualified. Oh, wow! That has come from absolutely nothing. Arsenal trying to break through Häcken's low block. It falls to Leia Valti, and she's just struck it. I'm not even sure she intended to put it on target. She just comes in, hits it hard. I'm going to have to see a replay on that one. But Arsenal are level on aggregate, 1-0 up on the night. Game on now.
As we were just talking, no one saw that coming. Arsenal just playing the ball around Häcken like they have done all half. It just falls to Valti, and
she just strikes it.
I mean, it does take a bit.
Keeper's unlucky.
It takes a lot of fortune because it hits the bar and then hits the keeper on the head and goes in.
The keeper pushes it up into the bar and then it hits back down, hits her on the back of the head, but. They won't mind, Arsenal fans. They're just delighted.
Took a bit of fortune, but what a strike. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do in the first. Just take shots, and now we're level. And this is where it gets very, very interesting. Yeah. What happens now? Can Häcken hold on? Or I'm intrigued to see now. There's a long time to go.
Yeah, Emily says, I also don't like how it's going to be a two-legged final. I was so excited for the Europa League when they first announced it, but so disappointed since they've shed more light on it. I've not seen that. That would be pointless.
It can't be a two-legged final.
You can't have a European competition with a two-legged final.
I don't think that would be the case. I highly doubt that would be the case.
Jonathan says, Valty has been the best player and Fox has been the worst player. Yeah, Fox has made a few mistakes tonight.
What's happened to Fox?
Last season she didn't put her foot wrong. I thought that against Man City she didn't really do anything.
And tonight she's just...
And when City did come forward down that left-hand side, they had opportunities. And Arsenal, well, they're doing their best to try and throw away the level game here, but they do manage to get that out. Oh no, it's out for a corner.
Yeah, I don't know why they've seen that out. That's silly. But yeah, Fox has put every foot wrong tonight. But this strike from Valty just... hits it so nicely. Keeper's slightly off her line. It's backpedaling. It's a really unfortunate one for Falk. Just, it's one of those. Tips on the bar, hits on the back of the head and goes in.
You got to feel for Falk there because she's done the best she can to try and keep that out of Häcken. Ball into the box, dealt with Fostausa. Bit of a wild effort and that will bounce wide.
Yeah.
Emily says, I'm a Liverpool girl, by the way. I realised I said us, but I don't think I've ever said who I support. Yeah, that's alright. I figured it out saying who do you both support. Probably should say this on an Arsenal stream, but we are both Chelsea fans. Mm-hmm. So don't all click off now. We do try and be neutral with commentary. And also saying it says on the UEFA website. That would be awful. That would be truly awful as a two-legged final.
Sure. I mean, because
the magic of a final is that it's at a neutral location, one game.
But it'd be weird because they haven't done that with the UWCL, so why do they feel the need to do that with the Europa League?
They've not done that with any UEFA competition.
No one's ever done that. I'd be very surprised if that was happening. I'll have to have a look at some point.
I'm going to Google it.
Alright. But Häcken have got to find a way back into this game. But because they've got that goal, they don't need to rush because they are only drawing. That's not a bad ball, but cleared well by Arsenal. One back again, though, by Häcken on the edge. And they're going to try and use it. And that's the thing, they're still in this game. They've gone 1-0 down, but because they were leading on aggregate, they're still in the tie. They've just got, the next 5-10 minutes is huge because Arsenal will try and use the momentum and will try and push on. Häcken have just got to hold in there. And at the moment they're doing so by just holding possession, just moving the ball around and not letting Arsenal do much with it. But again, with Arsenal have done, they're pressing high, they're pressing hard, but Häcken are finding a way through. That is not a great ball. Tried to lift over the top, but runs straight through to Zinsberger. Häcken just managing now. Arsenal feel like this game is definitely there for the taking now. And a lot of thinking to do. And that is poor. Wooben Moy, that is poor. The ball's thrown out to her by Zinsberger and the ball goes underneath her foot. It's just not good enough. Arsenal have been a bit sloppy at the back.
Yeah.
Mistakes from Fox, mistakes from Wooben Moy are really creeping in. Nothing coming of the throw though. Arsenal winning a free kick. Valty wants to get it moving quickly. Saw an opportunity to find Mead, but it's cut out well by Kitagawa.
Yeah, no, the final will be played over 2 legs, home and away. That's either really poor, because it reads poorly. It says it will feature a total of 6 rounds, round 1, 2, round 16, quarter-finals, semi-finals, and a final, of which will be played over 2 legs. So that reads weirdly. But it doesn't seem like they're doing a proper Europa League.
No.
But yeah. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I can't tell whether that's
They're not doing a group stage.
Yeah.
So I don't really get how the Europa League's going to work. But we'll find out.
We don't know who's in it. We don't know how it's going to work. This is actually way for
It's the third place teams from associations ranked 8th to 13th.
Okay.
The second place is of association ranked 18th to 24th. And then in the knockouts, in the round 2, we'll see teams enter from the Champions League when they get relegated.
Okay, right, that makes sense.
No.
So basically, no, because the smaller leagues get the automatic spot in their domestic league.
But you'll have teams who finish second in certain nations that will get knocked out in Champions League qualifiers and then not get knocked down to the Europa League. They just don't have any European football. While you've got a competition featuring third place teams in Belgium.
Oh, that's, yeah.
It's a bizarre
decision.
Ryzen says typo is hard to read. Might mean all, but the final will be over 2 legs. But that's not.
Yeah.
What yeah. It's written weirdly.
Someone at your wafer needs to read that again and rewrite it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get why they don't just do a proper Europa League.
No.
Or expand the Champions League. It feels like if you're going to do something, do it properly. They're doing a half-assed second-tier competition it feels like just for extra games. And that is Beth Mead down on the deck. Nell Hager put in a challenge.
Didn't look like...
to win the ball back. But, Mead down clutching her knee. And she seems to be in some discomfort here.
Didn't look like a brilliant challenge, to be honest.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, just comes across here.
She gets the ball. It's the follow through with that right leg. She ends up hitting into Mead. And there are Arsenal physios on the pitch to care to Mead here.
Yeah, well, just got caught on the follow through. But Häcken, they're defending well. They understand now. They've got to stay in this game. They've got 15 minutes now. I think getting to half time only 1-0 down is probably the primary objective for the away side, to make sure that they're still level on aggregate come half time. For Arsenal, they'll feel like they've got to use this momentum. They've got to find another goal.
Indeed. Emily says, I feel like this match is turning out to be a real clash. I'm so glad I tuned in. Loving the watch-along, boys. Thank you, Emily. Glad you're enjoying the stream. And we are back again this weekend with more WSL action. Of course, Chelsea, Crystal Palace tomorrow night, and then Manchester City, Brighton on Sunday morning. So that will be very exciting. Hopefully we have a Liverpool game soon, Emily. I'm not sure if they are on TV in the next few weeks. Because we don't stream the YouTube games, because that would be pointless. Of course, if you want to watch the game, you're going to watch it on YouTube. So we stream the ones that people may not be able to access so easily. But yeah, I'm not sure Liverpool have been a broadcast pick for the first few weeks, to be fair.
No, we're not got. I think there might be. Is it Liverpool United?
Potentially.
I can't remember now. Mead back to her feet and back running, which is good to see. And looks like she will carry on. Ford was warming up, but I don't think I'll need it.
But yeah, for anyone that wants to work out when we're live, we will be live whenever there's a game that isn't on YouTube. So only the broadcast picks for the weekends. Unless, of course, we have something on, or we're at the game.
Or follow the socials.
And
there'll be posts and things.
Indeed. But yeah.
Whatever you do on socials, there'll be something. even if it's just black white text, we will be live. You'll know.
It's on your Instagram method. And Russo fouled in there. Sure. It's a little bit of a soft one, but Fox wants to take it quickly. She's prevented.
I think there's a different mentality about Arsenal tonight. I've noticed it mostly on free kicks. There is always that urgency to play it quickly if you can.
Yeah, it's more just an urgency if they need to win.
Yeah, they look
need to get on with things.
They look like a side who realise that this is a must-win game.
McCabe has just gained a good 5 yards of that free kick, by the way.
Me today.
She moves it across and then kept moving it.
Oh, Mead today ready to take it. Goes, no.
And Mead will whip it in there towards the back post. Chance for Arsenal. Should go home.
Wow.
That has to be in the back of the net. Stina Blackstenius rose highest and just nods it wide of the mark.
And
that should be 2-1.
She's risen highest against the Ghosts. No one's marking her. She's unmarked at the back post. She has to score.
Dear.
The ball hit. She lets the ball hit her head. She's got to score that.
She has to head home there.
That's a huge chance.
Häcken looking to play out now of their own penalty area. Once again, it's picked off by Caldente. At what point do Häcken stop playing out from the penalty box?
Yeah.
Because they're inviting too much pressure on themselves now. I can see why Arsenal have gone 2 strikers. Because they're just penning Häcken in here. We didn't see that with Kafaji's press. So it wasn't as effective. We wouldn't have probably seen it with Freedom Adams.
How do Häcken respond? Because the problem is, because they've conceded, they're in a position for me now where if they just try and put 11 players behind the ball, they're going to concede.
Yeah.
Because they haven't really got anything to defend anymore.
Leovalti knocks it wide into Katie McCabe. McCabe finds Caldente. Has an option down the line. Wants to take the player on here. Caldente tries to get around Viek. Viek gets back in. Knocks out for an Arsenal throw.
Yeah, the difference is in the first leg it was a bit like, if Arsenal score. Now, the way they play tonight, it's very much a when will Arsenal score. But if it carries on like this, Arsenal will get another one, if not another 2.
Yeah, indeed. Yi Chen Louis says the keeper from Palace was quite good in the Tottenham game. Looking forward to see what would happen. Yeah, I mean, she was good. She did make some good saves, but she did also concede 4 goals. So, yeah, she did all right. But, I mean, I don't think you could say she had a fantastic game when she conceded 4 goals. It'll be interesting to see what they do tomorrow night, because I don't think Chelsea were particularly convincing against Aston Villa, but then I think Villa played very well.
Yeah.
So I think that's more because Villa are great. We'll get an understanding of where all 4 of those teams are at this weekend, because obviously Aston Villa play Tottenham and Chelsea play Palace.
But even
so get a better gauge on those.
Yeah, and I think the Tottenham are probably the most interesting
Brilliant
team.
that from Fox there. Tries to take it round Nell Hager. Now tries to take her on. Ball into the box. It's dealt with. Cleared away by Vik at the back post. Corner now for Arsenal.
That's a great ball. Someone's got to be on that. I've criticised the crossing tonight, but that one there is actually a really good ball in. And someone's got to get on the end of it. Better from Fox. Goes 1v1, beats her player, gets the ball in. It's a good ball. It's a really good ball. But they've got a corner. They've got 10 minutes till half time. Arsenal will want to score again.
Yeah, it's Beth Mead over this then. Goes short into McCabe. McCabe goes deep into Little. Now Mead swings it in from deep. It's going to bounce around the penalty area. No one reacts and turns it home. Valti puts it up in the air. It's headed on. I think that went out from a Häcken player. No, it didn't. Häcken goal kick.
Yeah, just management and defensive mode for the away side. A lot of thinking for that bench there to do between all those coaches. Don't know why that coach went a bib.
Emma says Liverpool on TV against Tottenham on the 6th of October and against City at Anfield on the 13th of October. Interesting.
Yes, we are doing that. That's because I think there's a double on that Sunday, isn't it? Liverpool, Tottenham, and
on the 6th.
Yeah,
it does ring a bell.
And Chelsea.
Good that from Valti. That's next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here is McCabe.
Already.
Crazy how time passes. Go have a look now.
Frank sends it long.
It's Chelsea Man United at 12.
That's the one.
And then Tottenham Liverpool at 2:15.
I think Häcken is starting to realise that they cannot play out. Falk is now sending the ball long. If you can get Larissé in behind, or get maybe just or you get Angsgaard just to sit on it, and then try and use it.
Yeah. And I think they have a double up on the 13th as well.
Yes.
Oh no. Well, potentially.
Yeah. Not on the 13th.
Yeah, because it's Manchester United, Tottenham, and Liverpool, Man City.
On the 14th, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
And then it's the 12th of October is Arsenal Chelsea.
That's the one.
Which we would have streamed, but we are going.
Yes. See you there, Arsenal fans. You want to fight outside? No, I'm joking.
You're outside.
Yeah.
There was a report in the government. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but the government did a report on violence in football, and it found that there were 0 arrests in women's football last year, compared to 2,340 in the men's game.
I'm making it 1.
You're the first person to be arrested.
No, of course, obviously that is a joke. That's brilliant. That's how you want football. Football shouldn't be a place where people are committing crime.
No. I love the rivalry of it, but we don't need 2,000 arrests.
That's the thing. We can go to the Emirates Stadium knowing we're safe in it. In a couple of weeks. That's a good place.
Yeah.
The only thing that I might be scared of is Katie McCabe's tackles.
That's brilliant from Larissé to win that back off Vubamoy. Mead gets back in and makes the recovering challenge.
Arsenal have played better tonight.
Yeah.
They haven't looked as good as they did on Sunday, but they've looked better than they did on Wednesday, and that's what matters. They don't need to play to the level of Man City against Häcken. They just need to play better than Häcken, and that is what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah, indeed.
Although, Häcken are putting up a fight, so you have to give them some credit for that.
Ball forward from Nell Hager doesn't quite come off. Valti under pressure, now Mead under pressure. Goes back to Fox.
That's well played from Beth Mead, just to play out the press.
Zinsberger.
Won't play out of it, play away from it.
Cadena. That's a bit of hospital ball, but she's got away with it. Arsenal now trying to play forwards. It's just fizzing around a bit at the moment. Larissé comes away with the ball. Knocks out
What
wide.
is
That is
that?
massively over here.
Wow.
Great chance for Häcken, broken down there by Clarissa Larissay.
I'm not sure what she was thinking there. Just need to play it on the floor, just in front of the run. And just, nowhere near that at all.
No, indeed.
But yeah, I think
Zinsberger.
Häcken have done what they wanted to do, though. Which is, at the moment, they're holding on until half-time. They're holding it level on aggregate until they get to half-time. And then they can regroup and see what happens from there.
Valti. Here's Kadina. Needs a forward pass. Goes to Vuba-Moy. Now Zinsberger. He's going to send it long, looking for someone up there. It's not really come off, but now it does drop for Kim Little, who can find Russo, and Arsenal will look to break here. Options left and right, so they're coming forwards. Fizzes it at Beth Mead, who loses it. It's still alive for Arsenal. Going to drop for Caldente. Should finish. Does finish. Takes a big deflection, but it's there. Arsenal 2. Häcken 1 on aggregate. 2-0 on the night. And Arsenal now lead in this UWCL qualifier. Glorious, glorious opportunity. They did their best to try and mess it up. But ultimately, Mariona Caldente finishing it off, and Arsenal lead in this game.
Yeah, exactly what the doctor ordered from this first half for Arsenal. And they eventually found the back of it. That pass from Russo wasn't meant for Mead. She fizzed it because it was to go to Caldente wider. It bobbled around a bit. It eventually found its way for Caldente. It was looped over the goalkeeper by the Häcken defender. Absolute mess, but Arsenal have their second goal. That's all that matters, and they have flipped this tie on its head. And well, that's exactly what they wanted.
Indeed, not the way that they would expect to score tonight. A worldie and well, what was a very messy goal. But they've got 2 goals, and ultimately, that's all that matters.
Yeah, there was an argument there for offside. I think it was on Stina Black-Stennis. I've been trying to see it back because it would have been. It's close. It is close. Yeah. But the goal's in. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to be overturned now. We get. They also felt there was a foul there.
Yeah, that was a foul.
Yes.
In the build-up,
Black-Stennis just
that led to in the face. Led to Arsenal coming forward. So 2 potential reasons you could have ruled that offside, or have ruled that goal out. Neither will be.
So Black-Stennis here. And she doesn't touch it, but she's impacting it.
Yeah.
Would have been an interesting debate.
Black-Stennis wrecking havoc.
Yeah.
Arsenal taking the lead of the tie.
Going around finding every way to try and get the goal ruled off.
That's how Häcken gets back underway then. 4 minutes till the half. And it's interesting because Häcken look more offensive than they did in the other game. Yet they've conceded twice and not scored.
Yeah.
Bit of an odd one, but the ball is going to go forwards here. But equally, what a different game it could have been if Anvegard had taken her opportunity after a few minutes. What a different game it could have been. If Lara said one of these opportunities where she's got him behind. It's just, frustrating in that regard for Häcken. Fox will chip that forwards. Great challenge in there from Rybrink. Fosdalsa without an option. Nelhager now across to Rybrink. Häcken looking comfortable in possession. Rybrink to Oslund. Out wide to Nelhager, option down the line. Uses Kitagawa. Kitagawa wants to come inside here. Doesn't like her options. She'll just keep drifting inside. Now goes back to Oslund. I sometimes feel Häcken a bit too negative on the ball.
Well, yeah, they've now got a decision to make because they need to go. They need to go. They need a goal.
They can't wait all night for Arsenal to press them differently because it won't happen. There's a pass inside to Fosdal, so they don't use it, and instead it's a bit of hospital back to Oslund. Kermark manages to flick a header towards Rybrink. It just feels very much like getting out of jail every time they make a pass.
Yeah, very much so.
Because they're inviting too much pressure on themselves. Veek sends that ball forwards. Kadina doesn't quite get there with the ball inside. She stops the ball inside going to Larissay and said it flicks up to Zinsberger. And so Zinsberger with the ball in her hands now. is going to send this long. Can she find an Arsenal player? Caldente is the one who gets the ball down. It's one back though, and then McCabe regains possession. It's Messi. Kermar getting stuck in. Kim Little comes away with possession and will drive that ball forwards. Runs herself into trouble though and is forced backwards. McCabe, now a ball all the way back to Manuela Zinsberger. Zinsberger, Vubermoy. Option down this right hand side. Draws a pass into the half space of Mead, who flicks it looking for Fox. Fox plays it backwards down the line. Nice football this from Arsenal. Held up well here by Stina Blackstenius, looking for some support. Has Fox up in support. And Arsenal will be forced backwards now. Valti, nudge in the back there, holds on to the ball. Fox to Vubermoy. Vubermoy needing a pass. Will go back into Emily Fox. Now back to Vubermoy. Kadina. Here is McCabe. Again finds Rousseau there, just dropping in to get involved. Out wide to Caldente. Is there a delivery into the box on here? Takes it past Rye Brink into the box. Chance for Arsenal. Mead heading wide there. Set off balanced by Nell Hager. Heading it wide.
Yeah, you feel that would have been a huge goal. If it had found the back of the net, that would have seen the game probably put to bed.
That is going to be 3 minutes of additional time on the Emirates FA Cup advertising board.
I've got so many
Not
questions.
sure why. It's an Emirates FA Cup one, but there we go. Kermark.
Because that's not even Arsenal's board.
Emirates don't even sponsor the Women's FA Cup. Where have they found that? I'm guessing that's
the away
Boreham
for.
Woods.
Yeah, it must be Boreham Woods.
Mental.
Champions League game in the Emirates FA Cup. Electronic board.
I mean, Emirates sponsor Arsenal at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Something. Also, there's an Emirates Fly Better board, so do they sponsor all games at Meadow Park?
No.
Or do Arsenal have to come out and put all
they
these
sort of
out?
board it. It doesn't always say BK or anything.
Yeah, I know. I assume with that bit. I didn't see that bit when I saw the Emirates bit, but
It'll be Varna Armour and Boreham.
God, Phil Forever's got to do those signs.
Everybody.
Actually, that's a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You just got to do that. There you go. That's what you're paid to do every week.
And I guess they won't be like screwed in or anything. They're probably just like clipped or... Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Well, it's not Velcro, is it?
Imagine it would. Oh, stick with Velcro. Your job. I Velcro sideboards on at football grounds.
They just keep coming off when the wind blows. Look, I'd like to see if it gets really windy and suddenly all the sideboards at Boreham Wood just take off, stop flying around the
pitch. It's very windy. You know, anyone in England will know the weather tonight is not good.
No. Oh, great job for the ref there to get out of the way of me to pass across to Kim Little. A little fake there from the ref. Russo. Valti.
It away. Bang!
Goes down the line. Vubermoy. Mead fizzed out of Emily Fox. I'm not sure how she's expected to control that.
Yeah.
And then put out a play by Keita Gallagher.
Fox and Wubenmoy have had very interesting halves.
Here's Vubermoy. And she loses possession and Hacken should look to break. It's one back though by Valti. Vubermoy, Valti goes across to Kim Little. Out wide to McCabe. Now back to Kadina. Caldente. Kim Little. Wants an option, plays it through. Russo, that's saved well.
Oof. Just about.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, I think Hacken can't afford to concede again. If they concede again, I think the game's over, realistically.
Yeah, probably. It'd be a bit of a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
A 2-goal deficit. And I don't believe there's an away goals rule. So that is half time here at Meadow Park. Arsenal 2, Hacken 0 on the night. 2-1 Arsenal on aggregate now. They came in tonight needing to overturn that 1-goal deficit, and at the break, well, they've done exactly what they needed to. The second half, they just need to keep it tight. It's goals from Leia Valti and Mariona Caldente that give them the advantage heading into half time.
Yeah, a decent half for Arsenal, exactly what they wanted to flip the tie. on its head very early on, avoid any problems, and they'll be hoping now in the second 45 they can just see themselves through into the group stage draw. But overall, a decent half for Arsenal. Häcken with work to do.
Yeah, indeed. Very interesting first 45 minutes here at Meadow Park. The goals they scored, the goals they took were quite fortuitous in their manner, but overall Arsenal played well here. Häcken, they've come forwards, they've had opportunities. I don't think that Häcken's opportunities were particularly worse than Arsenal's. I think you could argue there were better chances, but Arsenal put theirs in the back of the net, Häcken didn't. So, yeah, not bad at all. HB saying this Leia Valti masterclass, she's just brought in so much more control to the game. Arsenal looks so much more measured. It's allowed players like Little, like Caldente, like McCabe to flourish because they've had Leia Valti propping it all up. And then, of course, it was Leia Valti that took the goal. This was that early chance for Caldente, and I think that showed a more direct approach for Arsenal tonight. We saw Caldente just drift inside and take aim. Moments later, she lifted that ball in behind that Mead really should have finished off. Falk with that strong save. And I think this direct approach from Arsenal has been well received by the fans, and the players seem to be enjoying playing it. But yeah, again, I think Arsenal, they've had more chances. The chances they've scored were not great opportunities. Yet they've had good opportunities and they've not put them away. The clinicality still isn't there for Arsenal. This was the Häcken chance that really should have gone in. Tyndale managed to find Larissa, who fought to hold onto the ball, gave it to Anvegard, and she had to finish that off. And what a different game we could be looking at right now if she had finished that off. Because, well, of course we couldn't have known what would have gone on to happen, but we could have easily seen at 2-0 Häcken them just kick on from there. But Arsenal, they fought back. They came forwards. This was the chance for Rousseau. Knocked out wide to Mead. Mead played it inside. It fell to Rousseau on the edge, and it was an important push. Not a push, but a nudge from Kermark there to set her off balance that prevented her scoring. And Häcken were defending really well in the early stages. Arsenal had opportunities, but none that were clear-cut. None that really should have gone in. And then, of course, came the Leia Valti goal. Oh no, this is the Rousseau shot, sorry. And again, another mark of their more direct approach. Alessia Rousseau's effort there. But yeah, Arsenal playing well. A lot better than they did against Häcken last week. I thought they were the better side against City as well. But very different game. But they set up really well tactically there, and they really should have done better. This was that Leia Valti goal. Voss Dowser just didn't see Valti, I think, behind the referee. The referee jumped out the way, and the opportunity just emerged for Leia Valti to come up and strike the ball, and she did. She struck it well. Falk, unlucky not to tip it over the bar. She tipped it up and it hit the inside of the bar, came down and hit her in the back of the head and went in. It's a frustrating one in that regard for Häcken, but Arsenal will not care how it's gone in, just that it has gone in. And Leia Valti with the goal. An important goal for Valti. Yellowstone, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, saying hi. Welcome to the stream, mate. Good first half for Arsenal. They've overturned the deficit. The big question is now, can they hold on in the second half? Can they just see out this 2-1 victory? Maybe even get another, just to give themselves a cushion. We see Ida Val's reaction to Arsenal scoring that goal. Dislikable. This is that Blackstonius chance, whipped in towards the back post. She has to do better with that. And this is what I mean. The Blackstonius chance and the Mead chance for me were much better opportunities than the two they took, the two they scored. And yet, they missed those chances. So that clinicality still just isn't there. Still just isn't there. This was that chance then. So Blackstonius, definitely offside. Definitely interfered with play. Should have been ruled out for that reason at the very least. Blackstonius also fouled someone in the build-up. Could have been ruled off for that reason. And then, yeah, Caldente hits off the defender, flicks up over the goalkeeper. I mean, yeah. Blackstonius has committed two offences there that should have led to the goal being chalked off.
The offside's not even close.
No.
Even at the very least, it should be flagged, and then the ref and the linesman should have a conversation. Because she impacts Kitagawa, because she leans in on
her. That's what I'm saying. They had two good chances in the half they didn't take, and they take those. Two chances that really shouldn't have scored.
No.
But yeah, I'm going to go take a quick break. You can give your thoughts on the first half in the meantime.
Yeah, I think It was definitely a much improved first half. It's a first half that Arsenal needed, because if it was still 0-0 at half time, if they're only 1-0 up, it would have meant that the second half is going to be very difficult. And don't get me wrong, the second half will still be tough. Häcken will come out fighting, because they know they only need one more goal and they'll send this to extra time and penalties. But I think Arsenal, by getting 2 goals, they've stopped it becoming silly, because it means they've got a cushion, because even if Häcken do score, it's only 11 on aggregate. Whereas if the Arsenal weren't 2-0 up, then suddenly this would get very, very interesting if Häcken were to go on and find the back of the net. So I definitely think it's very important that Arsenal are winning 2-0, and that is the 2 goals they scored are absolutely massive, because as we said in the build-up, there's no excuses for Arsenal. They have to reach the UWCL proper, and they're doing that very well tonight. But they need to keep the momentum going into the second half. They need to keep pressing high. They need to keep putting Häcken under copious amounts of pressure, and eventually they'll keep scoring goals. And that is the main thing. Arsenal, 1 more goal for me, this game's over. And that's the thing to remember, is that for Häcken now, yes, they need to go for the game. Yes, they need to put Arsenal under pressure and they need to go find a goal. But realistically, they can't afford to do that. They can't afford to do that to a certain extent, because if Häcken go for the game too hard, then Arsenal will just score goals and Arsenal will punish them, and suddenly they'll be out of the game. So we've got a very interesting situation here where Häcken need to chase the game, but they've also got to be careful that if they push for it too early, that Arsenal could then score or respond. So for Häcken, they've got to get that timing right. There will be a when. I think we'll sit. They'll play the same way they did in the first half. They're going to sit deep and be compact, and then there'll be a moment in the second half where the manager will just go, right, we're going for the game. We'll see subs come on. We'll see a system change, and we'll see Häcken push for the goal. But I don't think we're going to see that straight away. So if I did have to say how the second half was going to go, I'd expect to see probably about half an hour, 40 minutes. Maybe not 40 minutes, sorry. Probably about, maybe half an hour. But around that half an hour mark, Häcken will go, right, we need to go score a goal, and they'll push for the goal. They'll go and try and find the back of the net. But I definitely think for the large majority of the second half, we're going to see the game play out in the same way. And then towards the end, they're going to push on, and they're going to try and find a way to equalise in this game, because they have to find that balance between going for the game and not letting Arsenal win this very comfortably. So I still think we're in for a really good second half. Emily says, I think if Häcken would have come out with a quick goal in the second half, it would knock Arsenal's confidence. What do you think? I think it would, but my thing is, it's risky. And there's nothing, and you're right, there's 2 ways to go about this. You either start hard and fast, gamble that you're going to score, and then sit back again. Or you sit back, you wait, you bide your time, you wait for your chance, and then towards the end of the game you go for it. Either one works. They both have their pros and cons. Obviously, the pro of going for it early is if you do score, then you've got the rest of the game left and you've already scored the goal. The con is that you go hard and fast, you don't get the goal, and then suddenly you're in big trouble because the other team are going to go at the other end and score because you are so attacking. The pros with going for it late are that you keep the game at 1 goal, you remain compact, and you make sure you're still in the game. But obviously the con is that you've only got 10-15 minutes left. So
yeah,
there's definitely pros and cons to both. I definitely think you're right. If Häcken did score early, it would dent Arsenal. It would be a big blow. But if they do push for it early, that's a very risky strategy.
I don't really know what Häcken are doing tonight, if I'm honest. Like, they've played really high, really aggressively, and then been caught out because of it, which I don't really understand. If they'd played like that in the first leg and that hadn't worked, I'd have understood.
Yeah,
but they didn't play like that in the first leg. They played really deep, really low, and then they waited and they bided their time, and then they went and sprung forwards. But they just changed how they played tonight. I don't really understand that.
It's one of those where if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, very true. I think they could have just played the same way. Arsenal would have struggled to break down a low block because Arsenal can't do that. And then they, maybe Häcken change their system after the first 13 minutes because of Vouty's goal. I don't know. But then again, yes, Vouty scored a screamer. That isn't proof enough for me to then go and throw the kitchen sink at the game. Because that wasn't the only opportunity they conceded. I don't know why Häcken have gone so aggressive tonight. I feel like that's cost them because
Yeah.
I think they could have won.
And they're probably
I'm not
now,
really sure
now
they
they
don't.
need to go aggressive because they're losing.
Yeah.
So they've gone aggressive at the wrong time. You sit deep and hold on to what you've got, and then if Arsenal score, you go for the game. Rather than go for the game, let Arsenal score, and then you still need to go for the game. But because you've already gone for the game, Arsenal know how to deal with it when you do eventually go for them. So, yeah, I think Häcken have got it wrong tonight.
Yeah, Yellowstone asking, is the away goal rule still in use?
No.
No, we do not have an away goal rule. If this game was to be level on aggregate after 90 minutes, I believe we would have extra time and penalties. Don't think it's just straight to pens.
No,
That would be harsh.
So that would be very tasty if
I think
Häcken
it'd be the
can
only
find a goal.
qualifier that we've seen go to extra time and pens of the second round.
Yeah, I think so. I can't think of
Potentially
one.
in the first round, I can have it.
Unless any of the other results have gone to penalties tonight that we haven't seen yet.
I can have a gander. No.
Where are we at in the other games?
City are 3-0 up with 20 minutes to play. Khadija Shaw scored twice. If anyone was worrying that after Sunday she might not score any more goals, you don't need to worry anymore. 20 are 4-0 up against Osijek. They're now 8-1 up on aggregate. Real Madrid now lead 2-1, so that's 4-2 on aggregate for them. A brace from Sandy Toletti. Celtic lead by a goal to nil thanks to Emma Lawton. And other than that, they're the only active games. Everything else is done. So at the end of this game, we will know all the teams that are through.
Will be big for Celtic. Very big to see them back in the UWCL.
There was one penalty shootout that I can see.
That's a shame. What drama.
And that was Riga of Latvia against Flora Tallinn. I assume of Estonia because Tallinn's in Estonia.
Yes.
Other than that, oh no, Atletico Madrid Rosenborg.
Oh, of course, the big one. Not the biggest one. The
Extra
one.
time in Dinamo Minsk against Mount United and
Mount,
KUPS and Celtic.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got other extra times, but only one penalty.
Have you changed your prediction?
From
You said
1-0 Arsenal?
Yeah.
No, I reckon I think I'll chalked off retrospectively. No. I think they'll probably just... I don't think there'll be any more goals. I think they'll win 2-0.
Yeah, that's what I mean in terms of... I said 1-1, so I'm already also wrong.
Yeah.
But I think Häcken will score to send us to extra time. I don't know. I just want to be here all night. I just want to see drama. I don't care. I haven't got a horse in this race. I don't mind who goes through. I just want to see a really good game of football. And I think the best game of football is if Häcken score and we go to extra time. Because extra time penalties gets tasty. And when things get tasty, that's when I enjoy watching football. So it'll be very interesting to see what is going to happen in the second half. But yeah, overall, a decent
Sorry, I
half.
was just trying to find out what happened in the men's game between Tottenham and Karabag because their game got delayed by a significant amount of time because the Karabag team were caught in traffic in North London. So they had to delay kick-off because
North London traffic.
They were missing a team. So that kicks off at 8:35.
Luckily, we are not missing any teams here for the second half.
No, I
And we will get back
Would
underway.
explain why we've not got underway yet.
Häcken just ran off at the half time.
Match abandoned, so we just do the first leg. Well, Häcken go through.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Definitely not.
No.
But yeah. Anyway, so we do now have proof that there are players still out there warming up the substitutes.
Would you, if Arsenal get comfy, would you expect to see some young players get on?
I don't think they are going to get comfy, but if they
Fair
were
enough.
to be comfy, I don't think they're comfortable until they're 4-0 up.
If that.
So they've got to get another 2 goals for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I don't see them being comfortable.
Big second half. Because either we're going to see a team who were in the UWCL last year knocked out in BK Häcken, or we're going to see Arsenal knocked out, which would be the biggest upset of the tournament so far.
Yeah, why do the substitutes, by the way, have to warm up in comically large coats for
To
Arsenal?
be fair, he's absolutely chucking it down.
Yeah, but they're just comically large. You think they'd have some sort of waterproof that isn't
Yeah,
so
they're
huge.
huge.
On Leia Vouty, they're pretty much at her ankles, that coat. It's like an Arsene Wenger model.
Yeah, luckily she's not wearing it because she's not a sub.
Oh, sorry, I meant Vivian Leia. I got the
Yeah.
Leia.
Yeah.
Leia
Yeah, I
Vouty's
mean-
not wearing it, sorry.
Häcken are ready to go. I don't know where Arsenal are.
This is their tactic.
What? Hang around and
make them
change
cold
it.
and wet.
Yeah, no, that's that.
There we go.
To be fair, it's a tactic that we've seen, deployed.
I just waited in the
youth
changing room
football.
for a bit longer.
You see it at every level. Play, it's a smart plan.
Yeah, indeed.
Because Häcken are out there. They've been out there for 2 minutes, getting rained on, getting cold. Arsenal in sat outside with the heaters on.
I do find the Meadow Park tunnel intriguing. The fact they just sort of
Come with a gate.
emerge, yeah, have to get through a security gate. But yeah, I did see that they tried to get the G-Tech Community Stadium, but Brentford having none of it.
I'm not surprised. That would have been a bit weird.
Well, I am.
No, that would have been a bit
Weird
weird.
for Arsenal, but why would Brentford say no?
Because you don't want to ruin the pitch.
I'm not sure 11 WSL games are going to ruin Brentford's pitch.
It might. Well, no, but yeah, no, I don't.
The amount they could
I think
charge.
that'd be weird having yeah, no, I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like. I'm not a fan.
It's going to be BK Häcken to get us back underway.
Understand why people ground share.
Well, Arsenal are here.
Well, yeah, no, hang on. I need to think about not like I mean in terms of two Premier clubs did it.
Right.
In terms of Arsenal women playing at Brentford men, just
Did you see that TNS, the Welsh side, have to play their Champions League games in their Conference League games in Shrewsbury? Anyway, BK Häcken got us back underway in this game then against Arsenal with Champions League qualification at stake. Now Haga sends it forwards, and that will be seen out by Emily Fox.
Yeah, good stuff from Arsenal. Again, there'll be no nonsense from Arsenal now. It'll just be about seeing this game through. 45 minutes away from the UWCL, and then it'll be resting up because they've got. Who do they play on? Leicester. Is it Leicester on Sunday for Arsenal?
Yes, because I've just got Noemi Mouchon in my fantasy WSL team.
Oh, mine's a joke.
I'm setting up for future weeks, and I think Arsenal might concede. I was going to go just around Salah, but I want to save some money.
Half my players are either not playing or they're playing against one of the big three.
I'm saving some money to get rid of Turden next week for Shaw, because Shaw's playing West Ham. And I bold prediction, but I don't think City are going to tank Brighton. So I think at best...
Oh, so you're bringing in Shaw?
Yeah.
I thought you'd taken out Shaw against West Ham. I thought you drunk.
She's going to blank. Against West Ham team who lost 4-0 to United last week. Here come Hacken. Yeah, no, I've got Turned at the moment. She's got a nice game this weekend.
Any Arsenal players you thinking about?
Oh, I've still got Emily Fox. Oh! Big error. Chance for Hacken. Should score. Oh, say she just dragged it. She just went a little bit too inside.
What are Arsenal
doing?
touch.
That was a hospital pass. I think it's McCabe, wasn't it?
It's a trap.
Is it McCabe?
I thought it was Karen Day. That was a shocking pass. Whoever it was, what a let-off.
That should have been a goal.
That's a criminal pass to make when you're in this position in such a big game.
That should have been a goal.
And Hacken let Arsenal off again.
Arsenal going to drive through the middle of the field. And Vigard, poor pass. Here come Arsenal, pulled back there for a pull back on Arsenal.
Who was it? Caldentay.
It was Mariana Caldentay. It was McCabe that left it there.
Pass.
What? I don't know why she's...
Tyndall cuts in. Got to get more, but it's not a bad effort. Good hands from Zinsberger.
You see McCabe lift their leg. I don't know why she's done that.
No, I don't know what anyone was doing in that whole scenario. Which is worrying for Arsenal. But Hacken are not going down without a fight. I mean, I didn't expect them to, but just further proof. And again, they're putting Arsenal under pressure and they've won the ball half the pitch.
Ball into the box. It's not a great effort.
It didn't even go in the box.
Is there a change up front for Hacken?
Sorry?
I don't see Laris there anymore. I think that's Schroeder.
Well, I haven't been told about one. That's Laris, isn't it?
Oh, that's that is.
If Tyndall was playing, she was the one who else took the shot.
Yeah, number 24, right, Tyndall.
Yeah, so I think she might have just came in sort of, hung around there for a bit.
Yeah, Caldentay.
So very important. Arsenal just need to get some control in this game. If they can get control, then they'll just see it out no problem. If they allow Hacken opportunities, then it's going to be difficult.
Kadina back across to Vuvamoy. Now back to Kadina. Finds Caldentay, tries to play it up the line. It's not really worked. I still don't know why McCabe keeps going really high and Caldentay drops into left back. That defeats the point of McCabe going high.
Yes.
Like, if she's going to invert into midfield. That's poor from Vic. Blacksenius holds on to it well, though. McCabe now bursting into the box. Can she make something happen? Katie McCabe puts the ball in there. It's headed away. McCabe puts it back in there. Mead trying to create an opportunity. Mead! That is superb. That is excellent from Mead. Tidy touches before a ferocious volley. Arsenal 3-0 up in this game, then 3-1 on aggregate. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from Mead. A player who's caught a lot of flack from our own fans in the last few weeks. Someone who hasn't really been a provider, looked quiet in the game, in the reverse fixture. But tonight, coming up with a stupendous effort.
Yeah, very tidy stuff from Beth Mead. Does well to get on this ball, it's cleared out, and it's what she does best. In a tight area, and manages to fashion a shot superbly, lifting it over the defender, and then volleying it in such a tight area. Really, really good stuff, and that is a big goal in this game, because that just puts the tie out of reach for Häcken for me. A 2-goal lead. Arsenal have now got 3 goals on the night, 2 goals on aggregate. They've now got a cushion, but that is brilliance from Mead.
Yeah, that is excellent from Beth Mead there.
And that's what we've missed from Mead. It's just those moments of excellence.
Yeah. This tie seems to have gone Arsenal's way now then. I can't see Häcken coming back. With a goal in it, there's every chance they've managed to find a goal, but
at the end of the day, quality prevails. Across the 2 legs, that's what's happened here.
Yeah.
Arsenal are the better team, and they're proving that tonight.
I don't really know what Häcken have done tonight. Arsenal haven't done anything that's particularly great. Häcken have just changed their style so it suits what Arsenal want to play against. I really don't understand that. If you look at how City played, by being aggressive in possession, Arsenal are more than happy and more than able to transition quickly and open you up. If you play like Häcken did in a low block and look to generate your own transitional moments, Arsenal will get caught high up the field and they will be open because they will play too high. I really don't understand what Häcken have done tonight, because I think if they played the same way they did in the first leg, I don't think Arsenal would have beaten them. And yet they're 3-0 now, Arsenal.
Yeah.
And in control. Larase flicks to Kitagawa. This is nice from BK Häcken. Häcken coming down the left-hand side. Kitagawa puts the ball in, blocked by Emily Fox. And out for a Häcken corner. Emily says, I'm really hoping Häcken were going to score. Game over. Indeed. And I think the 3 exclamation marks used in this sense, it's very much necessary. I don't think this game is... I don't think this game's open anymore. I think Häcken, they've put up a good fight in the first leg, but this just hasn't been strong for them tonight.
Yeah. I'd found the Arsenal bench really enjoying that Beth Mead goal, because I think now they can afford to relax a little. But that ball is put on Zinsberger, it's punched away from the corner, Kitagawa puts it back on goal, but it's dealt with.
Smashed away by Alessia Russo. Häcken have the ball high up the field here with this throw. And Vergata rebrink.
It's a shame that Mead goals come so early in the half, I feel. Because you've just lost that.
It's killed off any competitiveness now, really. Ball into the box. Tries to be touched down in there, but Arsenal will come away with the ball. And now Mead has Rousseau and Blackstenius ahead of her. Worth saying as well, 4-4-2's definitely worked. Because the 2 strikers have just made it very difficult for the centre half to deal with.
Good. Did we see Arsenal deploy it on Sunday against Leicester?
We'll see. We'll see, because obviously Leicester used... Did Leicester use a 3-back, or I'm thinking of Brighton?
Brighton, I think. 3, because Brighton went 3-4-3.
Leicester went... let me have a look. Yeah, Leicester went 4-3-3. Potentially. Obviously Häcken's out playing
I think
4-2-3-1.
as much as they had to sacrifice Marnham tonight, and she did play well, I think going to 2 strikers was the better option. And
you rest up Marnham, who is an older player, someone who is going to be more impacted by a heavy schedule because of that.
Even she said that she's going to take every opportunity she gets this season superbly.
I mean, that's a foul. Kicking Kitagawa.
Yes. No.
What?
I'm not sure how that's not a Häcken foul. Häcken free kick.
I'm lost on that one.
I don't think the referee's blown a whistle tonight.
Not much. That's a good ball over the top though for Calden, saying she's going to get there. She's got attackers to work with. Plays it through. Brilliant pass. I like what she's trying to do there, because she could have gone into feet and it wouldn't have worked. But instead she tries that ball in behind.
Just need a little on it. And I mean, hats off to the Häcken fans, though. There's quite a strong support. Saying it's a midweek night.
Yeah.
They've came over to London and they're making some noise.
Yeah, Stone says, when is the next stream? We are back tomorrow evening with Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. I'll be here wearing blue and white, and hopefully singing along into the night. We've got it should be a comfortable game for Chelsea. realistically.
It will be interesting. Great to see Palace back in the OSL. Selhurst Park will hopefully be very, very excited for it.
I think there will be.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's their first OSL game.
Yeah, and I think it'll be a very good game.
Home.
And then City Brighton as well will also be a decent affair on Sunday.
That's going to be a really intriguing one because I don't think City were very good against Arsenal. And yet they're tanking Paris FC, so I don't know where to place them in my estimations right now. And we saw Brighton put 4 past Everton.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Everton are very good, but still. It's interesting. Caitlin Ford has just gone down the tunnel.
Yes, I don't know. I wonder if she's coming on, but she's forgotten something.
Boots?
Potentially.
Could be a change of boots, not because of the surface, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
By the way, she's headed back down the tunnel.
I'm not sure what the stoppage is for, though.
A fox stand in the corner.
Oh, right.
After she was just kicking lumps out of Kitagawa, she's hurt herself.
Yeah.
Shock.
Arsenal got a free kick once the game does get going again. On a corner.
Yeah.
McCabe just thought she could try. Ref might forget.
That's going to take it rare.
Corner, but I'm 10 yards inwards.
That's whatever she wants. Yeah, we've cut to some random fans. And then back to the action.
One with bronze shoes and one with a hot chocolate. Glad we did that.
I didn't notice
And
the bronze.
there we go.
All the fact was a hot chocolate. Corner taking, short, nice routine into the gloves of Falk though.
I just noticed things you don't. That is a long ball that really hasn't worked, and Arsenal are back.
And they try and flick it over McCabe. Caldente finds Russo. Marina Caldente's had an excellent game again today.
Brilliance from Russo to win the free kick. That's a soft yellow, but it is going to be a yellow card.
The referee's got to go chase someone. Who is that? That is going to Veek, I think.
Yeah.
And the ref just sort of waved in the direction of about 3 Häcken players, but yes, it was Veek.
I don't think that's a yellow.
No.
I think she's the victim of the next one being a yellow.
Yeah.
Equally, that hasn't been a foul because as I said, the ref doesn't blow a whistle. She put even more in the first half, and that's about it.
I mean, a moment ago, Emily Fox was literally just kicking gloves out of someone.
Bang, bang. Oh, ref didn't close my eyes. And that Senius was offside for the second one and committed a foul, but in that same move, blind for that one as well.
Ball whipped into the box. Russo heads it goalwards. That's cleared away.
That was a great knock from was it McCabe? Was it Little? Brilliant ball in. Shame it didn't come for anything. The ball has ran out. Will be a Häcken
What
throw.
was that we done there?
Not sure, by the way, though, why the Arsenal have appealed for the ball going out there. It wasn't their throw. Oh, it is their throw. Is it their throw?
It seems no one knows what's going on.
it's a Häcken throw. That's an Arsenal just realised why they can... Because they appealed for it.
What was Idaho shouting about?
Forfeit. Oh, what is going on here?
Oh, they want it further down the line. About 3 yards.
They thought it was their throw as well.
What a pedantic situation.
I don't think I've seen a fourth visual, so on the move.
She ran up the line.
She chased him.
Idaho, don't wig him.
Come back here.
Mead. Oh, getting an accidental roulette that felt like, and he has then lost the ball. Here come Häcken. I mean, that was a waste of possession. It's going to fall for Kitagawa, who take aim from range.
Not great.
No.
What's Lara say? I'd expect it a lot better.
I don't like Kitagawa.
It's just been one of those nights for Häcken. Just not got it right.
Yeah.
And you know it's been a tough domestic campaign. They did so well last week to get a result at home to Arsenal, but tonight has just proved a step too far really, and Arsenal are I don't want to say cruising, but they're comfortable, and I'd expect them to find another couple goals potentially in this game.
Ball forwards, chance for
Definitely
Arsenal.
offside.
Russo's offside. She finishes it off, but it won't stand. It's not standing aside anyway. But yeah. But she has finished a 1-on-1, which she couldn't do against City, so positive steps. Also, you know, I mentioned that Tottenham Carabao game earlier that was delayed. Well, 8 minutes into the game, Radu Dragoshin's got himself sent off for bringing someone down as the last man. So, fun game over there. Also
Definitely watch that one
in
this
North
Sunday.
London.
But
Yeah. Find out what's going
lots
on.
of brilliant action in North London tonight.
Yeah. Indeed.
But Häcken, it's a big crowd for Häcken. It is a big crowd. Comparative to the size of Meadow Park, they've brought a lot of away fans. And saying that Rangers only brought out 2 from Scotland, it's pretty disappointing.
Let's go on the back of the pass.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they knew they were going to get battered, but it's an opportunity to go watch Arsenal play and watch your team play.
I thought Rangers had a good turnout, to be fair.
Oh, was it
Atleti and
Rosenborg? Fucking no one turned up from Rosenborg. They didn't think they were
Well,
going
the
to get
problem
there.
for exactly, the Rosenborg fans turned up for the first leg, probably booked a flight expecting them not to get to the second game. Then they beat Atletico, but they were like, "Well, I can rearrange my flight now.
I've got work.
Can't get hotel.
I've got a life to live. I can't
So
just
there weren't any
abandon
Rosenborg
my
fans,
life for
really.
2 days because Rosenborg won."
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we would have booked off work.
Yeah, for 2
Got a
days.
hotel and a flight.
Yeah.
Tottenham winning now, so that fun's over.
Oh, how can I fucking dear. McCabe. I don't know what she's doing. She's having a fight.
Side.
She honestly, she could have just ran off there, but instead she waited for the player to catch up to her and then tried to fight her. Yeah, half an hour to go here. Would you expect Arsenal changes?
Soon, yeah, they want to rest up. Got Leicester in a matter of days.
Yeah. And then is it League Cup? Oh, they're not in the League Cup, so they'll be in the Champions League. So at the moment, that could change.
Yeah, that could.
I take it Man City are now through as well.
Considering they were 8 up on aggregate, unless something mental has happened there. Yep, still 8-0 on aggregate. Just about seen that one out then.
Oh, right. Close game.
Well, that's not over yet, so... Run it to the corner, make sure.
Paris FC a really bad fight. That's disappointed me, that. Paris FC last year beat Real Madrid in the Champions League, took the game to Chelsea and Häcken, and they've been absolutely battered.
Yeah,
by Man City.
How different the team is. The midfield looks slightly different. I don't recognise Corbos or Lemuel.
Enandozi's in goal.
But Bourdieu, Enandozi I recognise, Greboval, Teeny.
I'm surprised they've lost so badly.
Teeny. I mean, she's now 38, to be fair.
She's pretty tiny as well.
But it isn't a great reflection on French football right now, the Division 1 Feminine.
Yeah.
That Paris FC, third best team in the league.
It is the Primera Division.
Is it now? Okay, we'll call it that then. Primera Division.
I think so.
Una. Feminine. They're probably the third best team in that division.
Yeah.
They are top at the moment, but I don't count that.
What?
They won 6-0 against Guignamp in the opening day.
Now I want to see Guignamp versus City. See what happens.
But this is what I mean.
Test.
They're the third best team in French football, and yet they have lost 8-0
Yeah.
to the second best team in English football.
That is Williamson and Steph Catley. Clearly enjoying what they're I'm sure they're enjoying what they're
Who's the
seeing.
other player there?
I couldn't remember, that's why I didn't
Is
say.
it Palova?
Oh, it might have
I
been.
couldn't see. She had a beanie on, I think.
No, that was Williamson with a beanie on.
I wasn't really paying enough attention. Here's Russo. Little.
Surely a lot of Arsenal fans going mental over the fact that Williamson's wearing a beanie. Yeah. Those two will be hoping to get back to the action pretty soon.
Oh, they do in the Shake It Caldente, I think. They've cut to the Meadow Park crowd where they're spinning their Arsenal scarves.
It is one of the worst.
But I like it.
No.
I don't like the song, but what it does for women's football is good because it shows that the women's game is starting to develop proper fan atmospheres.
It is,
proper
and that's good.
Chants and stuff, which we haven't really had.
That being said,
Like at Chelsea, for example.
chant something better.
I got annoyed at the Champions League game, and I know there's a lot of people there who were just watching women's football for the first time, and I don't want to get annoyed at that. But the atmosphere when we played against Barcelona and we lost frustrated me because it should have been a bit more animosity.
I should
I don't want fighting and arrests. This isn't the men's game. We don't need everyone to just be really aggressive, but a little bit more hostility.
Yeah, it's chanting, but also you want chants that are not just taken from the men's game, that are unique to the women's game.
Yeah.
Like
Shake It. That's why I like Shake It Caldente. It's a good song.
I hate it.
Gets in my head a lot.
Just sing it. I want to see chants that are unique to the women's game that aren't Shake It Caldente. Because I hate it.
Honestly, going to the Emirates in a couple of weeks to watch Arsenal.
I'm going to be the first arrest.
I'm going to take a tram and just start drumming something home.
I like to sing Stop Shaking going. Don't shake.
Don't shake it, Carl. So.
But no, it's good, and everything is moving in the right direction. Yeah, the fact that every game this season at the Emirates is brilliant to see, and I'm sure it'll be a very decent crowd for the Arsenal-Chelsea game.
It's a shame they couldn't get these games there, but I imagine it's because it's sort of short notice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Balling behind, that's prevented. They wouldn't have been able to play it last week, so obviously the Arsenal men's team were playing in the Champions League.
How many tickets they sold for the Chelsea game at the moment? I expect it to be close to sold out.
Well, they did only 40,000 against City, but then...
There's no City fans either.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter too much.
Home allocation will be the same, but chance now for Häcken, they're coming forwards.
I'd expect the Chelsea away to be sold out.
I'd like to hope so, yeah. Ball whipped into the box, and that's over.
Yeah, Häcken haven't given in, but realistically, I think Arsenal taking their foot off the gas.
Safar says there's no way Celtic or Poltava are going to be better than PSG or Paris FC. This is what I don't. This is why, and as you know, Safar says something needs to change with qualifying. This is what frustrates me because there are really good teams out there, and I know we don't want to just put all the best teams in and forget about teams that have come through qualifiers, rightfully so. But the problem is the league path pits teams against the league path, and the Champions path pits teams against the Champions path.
Yeah.
And the issue that creates is that yes, it gives opportunities to these smaller teams, but I don't want to watch PSG Juventus in the qualifiers.
No.
I want to watch it in the round of 16 stage.
I think
the tournament bigger.
Would I rather watch Lyon Benfica or Lyon Celtic?
Because you could put all of the Champions path, league path teams through.
Yeah.
All of these teams, and you'd have teams that could compete in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because you'd have who are the teams in the league path? You've got Manchester City, Paris FC. You've got Real Madrid, Sporting. You've got PSG, Juventus. You've got Arsenal, Häcken, and you've got what was the other game yesterday?
Benfica.
Yeah, Benfica. And
that's the thing. No,
Fiorentina.
It's brilliant that Hammarby are there, and they're gonna and it's a brilliant experience for them.
But why not extend?
But they're not going to get through. Simple, but as Benfica could have.
Yeah.
Well, they did. You know, it's just one of those. But yeah, I don't think Häcken are going to get through here tonight. I think Arsenal have got this.
Really?
Yeah, under control with 24 minutes to go. Ford came on for Mead, by the way, a moment ago, and now Häcken are making changes.
That's my other gripe as well with the table system now, is that I think the table system can work really nicely for women's football because it means we can have a weirder number of teams. But why only go to 20?
Yeah.
Why not go to, 24? Something like that. Just get an extra few teams in there. Let's stop knocking good teams out of Europe for no reason. I don't want to see good games in the qualifiers. No disrespect. Like Arsenal Häcken, I've enjoyed watching these games, but I don't want to see this in the qualifiers. I want to see them competing in the actual tournament.
Yeah.
The qualifiers are supposed to be there for the smaller sides to face off against each other and try and get through.
Well, so
they're not supposed to be
you
there.
You lose that kind of group of death opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Because you could end up with a group that was...
But you can have 16 teams who are all the best teams in Europe, and you'd have a proper premium competition where every match is an absolute belter. Because if you had Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Barca, Real, Paris FC, PSG, Lyon, that's
Bayern,
8
Wolfsburg.
teams. Wolfsburg, Bayern, 10. Then you'd only need 6 more. So Häcken, Paris FC. Who else haven't I mentioned? Benfica. And then you're 3 more teams.
Sporting.
Yeah, sure. Sporting. You could even, I think you'd probably throw Manchester United in as another strong team.
Christ.
I didn't say Atletico Madrid.
No.
And that's 16 teams who could all be competing. Atleti,
Frankfurt.
where are they now? They don't get to play in it, do they?
No, they got knocked out. They lost. And then they have to play Rangers.
And then they have to play Rangers in a
third place playoff ever.
Game. That's what frustrates me. There's just... we have the opportunity to have a proper quality Champions League, and yet we are watching brilliant qualifiers instead.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have group... And I get you need some smaller teams in the groups, so the group stages aren't ridiculously difficult. But why not make the group stages ridiculously difficult?
But also, if this was a group stage game, then obviously the Häcken winning the first time they played would have been a huge 3 points for them. Whereas now it doesn't mean anything because they've been battered here.
Yeah.
And credit to Arsenal, they've got it right tonight.
Well, we're going to see Barcelona in a group with Bolton and whoever else they can find.
We could see them in a group with...
We won't because it's Barcelona.
Yeah,
They'll get Hammarby.
Oh!
Great chance for Häcken, prevented only by the
Good save
by the foot of Manuela Zinsberger. Arsenal to come forwards now. Alessia Russo driving it forwards. Great running from Russo. Crunching challenge. Her and Brink both go in for it.
Yes.
And
the first one's a foul.
Which way is she given?
The first one's
no,
a foul.
she put it the wrong way.
Yeah. The initial one's a foul for me.
Half of one.
What's this?
6 of one after the other. There's a chance then. Fell for Tyndale. Cuts it back. Pokes it goalward. But Amber Guard's effort stopped. And then... Oh, this is the chance again.
Just in case we missed it the first time we watched it and the second time we watched it.
I don't get to see a replay of the challenge. Fantastic.
Quality. Because we decided to watch the same thing twice. 20 minutes to go. It's not been a memorable game for Arsenal, but the main thing is they've got the job done. That's what mattered tonight. Doesn't need to be pretty, doesn't need to be a 5-star performance, just need to get them through. And with 20 minutes to go, it looks like they've done just that.
Yeah, indeed. So Häcken on the ball now. And that was a poor pass given away. Caldente. May look to switch the play, goes back instead to Vubenmoy. And now back to Zinsberger. But Arsenal returning to the Champions League then after a year away from the competition. We will have 3 English teams now in the Champions League. What this does do is create a situation where all the English teams are going to be in very difficult groups.
Yes.
Because I was looking at it today and the way that the pot seed, obviously Chelsea will be pot 1, but because City and Arsenal I think will both be pot 2 because of their coefficients, or at least Arsenal will definitely be pot 2, it means that obviously because the English clubs can't draw against each other, Chelsea are basically they're playing one of 2 teams.
Yeah.
I think it's like Juventus. It was Juventus or slash PSG or someone else.
I'd guess the Real
Could
Sporting.
be Wolfsburg.
Wolfsburg or Fiorentina? I wouldn't imagine Fiorentina.
No, it wouldn't be. No, because obviously it's pots, isn't it? So it's nothing to do with Fiorentina.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It could be Real again.
Yeah.
Because obviously, so the top seeds are the 4 big champions. So Chelsea, Barcelona, Lyon, and Bayern, right?
Yeah.
So they will seed top. I assume it's then Juventus. Might be the second place teams in all divisions actually, so they're not. But if it's based off coefficient, I think Arsenal would rank above City. I'm just trying to think of the last 5 years. Neither were in it last year. But I think Arsenal have a slightly higher coefficient. Häcken trying to play out here. One back by Alessia Russo. Russo bearing in on goal. Save. Tipped wide well, actually.
Yeah.
By Falk there.
Does well to tip it behind rather
Could have
than...
spilt that.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous area.
Exactly that. But Arsenal, they're playing well. They're looking for another goal. Would have been nice here for Blacksenius to get on the score sheet. But good save from the keeper. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think we are in for a good group stage. I mean, we could see Arsenal heading to Lyon or Bayern Munich.
Well, that would be really exciting. I mean, Arsenal-Barca? That's a game I want to see happen.
Yeah,
as a neutral for that.
Or City Barca. You got any? What's happening there? The ball's not in. The ball.
Oh Christ, that's job's worth it, isn't it? Come on, Lino.
Oh, and all it is a retake. McKay is not happy. That is just such a. Oh.
Well, because they're trying to do a routine there, and because of that, now Lino can't do it.
Now what's she not happy about?
No idea.
Just stand on the... Get off the pitch. You're a lineswoman. What's the line?
They are now going to try.
If I was McKay, I'd have moved out the spot again and just deliberately kicked out.
Little tries to squeeze it in there, cleared away. That's going to be given chase for by Kitagawa. Oh, no, not Kitagawa, sorry, they've made a sub.
Schroeder,
that's it.
Schroeder came on and so did Bergstrom. about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, right. Yeah. I remember now. Here's Innsbruck.
Oh. Yeah, I do think it would be great. Yes, we lost PSG, but we're in a world where the quarterfinals could involve all three British sides. Not all three, but no, Celtic won't be anywhere near it. All three English sides: Bayern, Wolfsburg, Barca, Lyon, Real, and.
I thought it was the crazy. Someone's got to get knocked out there. That's more than 8.
That is the problem. Yeah. Is that 8? I can't do that. Yeah, that is more than 8.
Well, yeah.
Someone big's gonna get grouped.
It's more than 8 good teams.
We saw last year it was Bayern Munich.
Yeah, and Wolfsburg, Arsenal City didn't even get to the competition.
No.
That's the mental thing.
That's why we saw Häcken and Paris FC.
We saw Real Madrid get grouped as well, didn't we? Häcken got out of that.
Yeah.
And Barcelona got a lovely run until the semis.
Who'd they get?
But
That's not.
Should be a
good
goal.
pass.
Poked wide.
Well, it wasn't a good pass out.
By Cardente. Poked wide.
Still searching for her first Arsenal goal. I think.
Other than the one she scored earlier in this game, yeah.
Oh yeah. Christ.
Still searching for it though.
I've found it. She needs to find it. It was earlier.
But yeah, double change coming for Arsenal then. Leovaldi, strong performance tonight.
Can't believe that.
Going to be hooked though for Cooney Cross now, and that's Freedom Adam coming on as well and making way.
Does it go down to her goal though? Would it not be an own goal?
I think it's her goal. Struck it on target. Yeah, took a deflection, but
I
still
guess.
shot on target, wasn't
Well,
it?
it's just the fact that the shot would have just been like rolling to go with his hand.
And that's Alessia Russo off then. So Russo coming off with 15 minutes to go. Does that suggest that she's being spared for Sunday then?
100%. Also, Marna wearing gloves in September. How do we feel about that?
I don't care. Do what
Okay.
you want. If you want to wear gloves, wear gloves. And again, that's when one high up the field. Arsenal keep winning the ball back now. Can I then say, it feels like Häcken have thrown in the towel a bit. Godina.
Got to the point where, like in the Rangers game, I'm trying to see what's on in the big gazebo behind the stadium.
Sapphire says that Chelsea first leg was the only game that stopped Barca from an unbeaten quadruple. Yeah, I mean, this is why I will never back down from my argument that Barca have an easier run in the Champions League because of the league. I mean, also how last year's Champions League group stage they had Polton, Slavia Praha, I think, and I can't remember who else.
No.
And you had Chelsea in a group of Real Madrid, Paris FC, and BK Häcken.
And then in the second leg, we saw the best performance from. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a Spain thing. Not to be that person, but Chelsea Real Madrid in Madrid was quite possibly one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen in Europe.
Yeah,
and that was topped by Demetrescu.
It wasn't Poland and thing. They were in the Lyon group. Sorry, Lyon got Brann, Prague, and Polton. But I had a slightly more difficult group with Benfica, Frankfurt, and Rosengard. To be fair, but still, there's no big teams there.
No.
Yeah,
Benfica
Chelsea
are good, but
you had a group with PSG, Ajax, Bayern, and Roma, and then Chelsea, Häcken, Paris, Real Madrid.
yeah.
Real got 1 point and they robbed that.
Because Jesse Flanagan had a penalty 5 yards out the penalty area.
And Newcastle got a perfectly good goal that was ruled offside. For Jota Marnham and it's home. Good football again from Arsenal. Häcken have made it too easy tonight, but the Gunners have taken the room they've provided them and they've ran with it. Arsenal 4, Häcken 0. Emphatic victory for the Gunners and a necessary one after what's been a difficult last week. Yeah. Another goal for Freedom Arnhem, who is on a roll.
She is on a roll, and after Häcken first leg where they couldn't find the back of the net, it's 6 goals in 2 games for the Gunners, and that is 2 goals in 2 for Freedom Arnhem. She is in very, very good form at the moment, and Arsenal are proving tonight that when they're given the opportunity, they can find the back of the net, and they are a good attacking side.
That is an excellent ball to pick out. Caitlin Ford. Ford holds onto it well, cuts it back. Marnham is arriving onto it, finishing it off well.
It's another assist for Caitlin Ford's tally this season.
Yeah.
She's had a very good start to the season.
She just needs to take form of Champions League qualifiers into the league and the actual Champions League.
She looked alright against Man City. Ford.
True. Arsenal looked very good against Man City. I just don't think City were very good.
No.
I'll be more intrigued to see Arsenal. But Arsenal looked good against City last season.
I think Man City.
I'm more
And you
intrigued to see
can't
Arsenal
judge
when they
Man
play
City.
against other
You
teams.
can't judge Man City tonight because they're what
Yeah.
is I done all right tonight? He celebrates every goal like they're winning the Champions League.
I mean, I've never seen him just smash on the roof
Yeah,
of his
thump the roof of the subs bench.
Maybe just wants to soak all his players. Because they'll be
Yeah.
walking knocking it down.
Like you do that when you're angry. You don't celebrate by smashing up your subs
It's like
bench.
smashing the sideboard, isn't it? That's what he's doing. He's getting a chant going. Kitagawa. Nilton, by the way, on for Fosdalsa for Häcken. Ball into the box, blocked by Katie McCabe. Out now for a corner. But yeah, good performance from Arsenal. They've looked good tonight.
Yeah. They needed this, I think. They needed this. They've been absolutely formidable.
But yeah, and obviously the Champions League draw. I'm not.
That was good.
Champions League draw, 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be interesting to see
Yeah, it is one. Blimey.
who draws who. We
I can
might.
watch that.
I was going to say, well, I'll be keeping an eye on it. Fortunately, we can't stream it, but we will be live tomorrow evening, so we'll probably talk about the Champions League draw. We've got a lot to talk about in 15 minutes tomorrow evening because we want to do a little. We want to talk about the Champions League draw. We're probably going to talk about our fantasy WSL teams, and we're going to talk about Crystal Palace Chelsea. So
I'm a quick talker.
15 minutes, be there, should be good, and then obviously we'll be into the game. But yeah, we'll be intrigued to see how the draw pans out. I'm wondering if there's somewhere I can find all the teams so we can end the night on that.
That is true. Did you also, quick fun fact while the game's hit a lull, English is one of the fastest languages in the world. Do you know what the fastest is? It's Japanese. There we go. It's Frida Arnhem. She has been hacked down, but she keeps going. Advantage played. That was a terrible tackle. Will definitely be a yellow card when it comes back. Arsenal using advantage. Marnham across to Ford. Back to Marnham, who has to go backwards. Has to recycle it back out wide to Caitlin Ford. Here is Fox and Raccoon cross goes back. How have they gone? Marnham had the ball in the Häcken penalty area and they're up back on the halfway line. Here's Ford though. They're back in the Häcken penalty area. I'm guessing they're going to end up back on the halfway line. Yes, they are. How? How have they twice gone penalty area, back to the halfway line, penalty area, back to the halfway line?
If I'm right, by the way, in how they do the Champions League seeding, then I think pot 2 will be Wolfsburg, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Juventus. Pot 3 will be Man City, Roma, Rosengard and Poulton. And then pot 4 will be whoever else is qualified.
Okay, brilliant from McCabe.
Which is Valerenga, Hammarby,
Juve?
Juventus is pot 2. Who else qualified?
Trying to think now. Roma?
So I think I did Roma. But yeah.
Galatasaray.
There you go, because they're not on here because they've not played in it before.
No.
So Galatasaray and then one other.
Tasty. So you could enter a group that has Galatasaray, Roma.
Oh, Twente.
Oh, right.
Let's do Twente.
So you have Twente, City, Real, and Lyon.
You could.
That would be brilliant.
You could also get Barcelona. It's going to be very difficult to get an easy draw this year, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because the top 2 teams, I think, are going to be very strong.
Little.
Give me Barca, Wolfsburg, City, Twente.
Galatasaray for a laugh. Their first group stage, and they get City, Wolfsburg.
Good luck.
Bang, bang, bang.
Or Hammarby.
So to be the best, you've got to beat the best. That's why I don't know.
Sapphire says Madrid losing to Häcken twice last year didn't do Liga F's PR any favours. Well, you've got that. You've got the fact that Atletico Madrid got knocked out by Hammarby in the qualifiers. They're the third best team. Rosenborg in the qualifiers. They're the third best team in the country.
Close putting them at Levante.
The fact that Liga F, Barca, bar the games against Levante, Real and Atleti, they genuinely win by at least 4-0. I know they only beat Sevilla 1-0, but apparently they've not played very well at the start of this season.
Under pressure.
Well, they've just changed manager, and we saw obviously when they changed from...
That's right.
When they changed from Cortez to
the UWCL
Gradas.
rocks around, they'll just batter everyone.
Well, Gradas lost his first Champions League final, didn't he?
He did.
And now Pere Romeu.
There are interesting things going on around the European stage. Arsenal will just be happy to be there.
We'll probably talk about it more tomorrow when the draw comes out. Chief Gunner saying, very nice game against a good side. Yeah, Arsenal played very good tonight. I thought they were very good against City. I thought they were very unlucky not to win against City. I said so on yesterday's video.
Yeah.
We put a video out yesterday where we broke down everything that happened.
Go watch it.
The Arsenal City game. We also spoke a little bit about it on Monday. So we're spoken a lot about Arsenal this week. So if you haven't checked out our Match Week 1 review from Monday, then go and check that out when this stream finishes. If you haven't seen our Arsenal City video, then go check that out as well. We're producing a lot of content at the moment. Very excited about the start of the WSL season. And of course, if you are looking forward to this weekend's games, then make sure to join us live for them. Tomorrow night we'll have a Crystal Palace versus Chelsea chance for Hammarby. And well, it's turned goalless by Ruben Moyes, saved by Manuel Zinsberger.
And the flag's up anyway.
And it's offside regardless.
So none of it matters.
But yeah.
5 to go. This has been what Arsenal needed. How can we disappointed? Because this didn't even happen in the proper the proper group stage last week.
Emily Moxham putting it in the chat. Paul Hepton predicted 4-1 at the start. So, I mean, he hasn't specified whether that is on aggregate or just the scoreline, but
we'll hand it to him. If Arsenal hold on here, Paul Hepton gets the predictor of the game.
That's a terrible name. New name. Hell of a prediction. Predictor? I don't know. Someone funnier come up with a name in chat.
The Hell of the Prediction Award? No.
Hell of a prediction. Hell of a... I don't know. Emily's saying, do we think Arsenal can win the Champions League or any English clubs for that matter this season? Ooh...
I haven't really thought about it.
I think this is going to be a bold take, but I think Arsenal got a better chance than Man City.
Yes,
because I think Arsenal are better against big clubs
and experience.
They've got experience, and so I think they've got a better chance than City. I think Chelsea are still the favourites for the. In my opinion, I don't see a team better than Chelsea on paper. Now I don't think Chelsea were brilliant against Aston Villa, but Barcelona are under new management, and that hasn't worked out just yet. Lyon are good.
Is this the year for a surprise winner? And by that I mean none of Barcelona, Lyon, Chelsea.
What, Arsenal?
Or Bayern Munich.
Is Bayern Munich with the Champions League a shock? It's a surprise.
Well, yeah, that's why I said surprise winner.
It's a surprise. They're still a top team. No, I know what you mean, but they're still a top team. Let's not take the piss. They've got Georgia Stanway, Magdalena Eriksson.
But that would be mental.
Harder. It would be mental.
I mean, if Hammarby won it, what would you do if Hammarby won it?
Well, yeah, that's a different matter, isn't it? That's a completely different question.
I don't know what I'd go. That would be mental.
That's just a different question.
Right.
What if Hammarby won it? Well, slightly different.
Who counts as a surprise winner?
Because Hammarby are.
But I just think
miracle winner.
I just think due to the dominance, Bayern Munich is a surprise winner because no one will have them in the conversation to win it.
Then they're in the conversation.
Okay.
A team who isn't just completely hopeless, is someone like a Juventus, I'd say. Juventus would be a surprise winner.
Near it though.
They are.
To be fair, they look better this year. They look really good.
How have you completely changed your opinion in less than a second?
No, because I was going off last year, but obviously this season they've recruited, they've had a brilliant summer.
They have.
They look really sharp.
Hannah Bennison's a good signing.
Yeah.
I like her. I don't think... what's her name?
Alicia Lehmann. But she has started well, though.
I just don't think she's a very good player.
She scored in the UWCL and she scored on the first game of the season.
Well, that worries me because I don't think she's a very good player from what I saw in the WSL. So I think that proves an awful lot.
Complete shite.
They beat PSG, to be fair, which is a surprise in itself.
Yeah.
Who
scored tonight?
They'd lose that. It was... Toletti? No, that was Real. It was Cantori and Bonanzi. Cantori's right winger, Bonanzi off the bench, I think. Yeah, that's off the bench. Now, they've made some decent signings. They've still got Caruso there. Good player.
Double change for the Arsenal.
So if Juventus win it, that would be a shock.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. That is Carente off, Kafai on, and Fox off, Weinroffer off.
But as you say, I think it's an upset if anyone other than Chelsea, Lyon, Barcelona.
Yeah. The fact for all three of those teams to lose would be an incredible achievement.
Emily's saying, I think Real Madrid would be a shock winner. Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be a shock winner. Just because, but they've got Linda Caicedo, brilliant player. But other than that, I mean, yeah, they have good players.
They've got that midfield now, so very strong.
Very true. I think Leopold's fantastic player.
And if they keep getting referees that chalk off goals at 5 yards on side, they might be alright.
Philip Angeldal's there as well.
Yes.
Brilliant midfield.
I really like that midfield.
They should win it all.
Could they be go under the radar? I'm not saying they're going to win it, but could they go deep? Semi-finals, for example.
Potentially, depends on the draw. Depends who they get. But I think they could go. Yeah, very true. Yi Chen Louis says, is there any chance that Barca get beaten? I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Real Madrid look good so far. So Sapphire, Weir and Brune has been on fire. Yeah, I think that they've got a decent little side, Real Madrid now. If you look at their lineup from tonight, Rodriguez in goal, Oihan Hernandez, Lacra. I think she's a good player. We're talking about her coming to Chelsea. She then obviously decided to go to Real Madrid. Brilliant signing. Mendes and Olga Carmona, of course. Everyone remembers Olga Carmona for scoring 1 goal and then being overrated by everyone. They played Leopold Toletti pivot with Angeldal on the bench. That is...
And
they have Teresa Abelera on the bench. They benched Linda... I know they played Sporting tonight, but they had Abelera, Angeldal, Caicedo on the
that's the other thing for me.
Redondo.
Sporting gave them a game, but they didn't reach... That's a good Sporting side, and Real weren't really phased. And it wasn't their strongest 11.
It's okay, Sporting side. I don't think they're brilliant.
I think they're pretty decent.
Their best player is Anna Borges, and she's not great.
She's pretty decent.
Pretty old. But yeah, no, it's not a terrible team, man, compared to... But yeah, they've got a fantastic name in Jacinta Galabadaracici.
No, she's not real.
No idea how to pronounce that.
That's made up.
That's my best guess. That is a phenomenal name.
Just not Australian either, I'll tell you that much. No way.
Is that at the back of your shirt?
You're right, mate. You should know. My name's
Galabadaracici.
No, she's not Australian. I refuse to believe she's Australian.
That's going to take more than trying to do it live stream. Yi Chen Louis says, yeah, and given that Barca's performance recently seems to be less dominant. Very true. Emily says, I'd be here for an upset, not just in the Champions League, but also in the WSL, FA Cup and the League Cup.
I think United an upset winning the FA Cup last year?
No.
They were crap in the league.
Yeah, they are crap in general. But
Tottenham winning it.
The amount that they've spent, you can't call that an upset.
That is
if Tottenham
true.
have won it, yeah. Because they've not been at that level.
I think in order to have an upset now in the WSL, in terms of trophy winning, it has to be outside the top 4 to win it. Apart from the league, where it has to be United. United could still win the league and that would be an upset. But I think for the domestic competitions, it has to be outside the top 4. Like I'm talking Tottenham or Villa. Villa would be my dark horses to just shock everyone.
Mine.
What?
Leicester. I think Leicester are going to win everything. Domestic treble.
Amandine
I'm on the Amandine McHale hype train.
The best man in the world.
Well, she's brilliant at Reims. And she's now got Jutta Rantala.
Who's brilliant at Reims.
Well,
Does that mean she's going to come and water down
Rantala scores every game.
She does.
Guaranteed a goal. And with Naomi Mouchon, who I think...
A point at Leicester was very good. Are we intrigued to see what they can... Yeah, they can't get points.
If they get another point against Arsenal...
Oh,
that's a perfect start to the season.
It depends how Arsenal start. How Arsenal play.
Depends how Arsenal start. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Weird.
There's a minute to go.
Sapphire says Madrid is top of Liga F right now in goal difference. Ooh. If Barca don't win the Liga F, I'll
buy a Barca shirt if they don't win the league.
I'll buy a Real one. Paul says Vouty for player of the match. I agree. I don't really...
Oh, SCR player of the matches.
Oh, no, actually, I like Leo Vouty for very high, but I will say Mariona Cardente. Thought she was excellent tonight. Scored a goal. Could have had another. Very creative, very exciting. She should have had a couple of assists if Beth Mead and co had decided to put the ball.
Do you know what? I'll go Mead.
Yeah?
She scored, and I think there's no other options apart from Vouty, so I'm going to be different.
Okay, everyone be different. So, everyone in chat, Pick a player of the match that isn't Bouncing Caldente or Mead now. Thank you.
If anyone else says Fox, you're wrong. Because she had a really good game. And shout out to Paul for getting the predictions spot on. Well done, Paul.
Yeah, well done, Paul. Emily says, however, I think Lyon win the Champions League after Piercy crashing out, us to win the League Cup, Chelsea to win the FA Cup, and Man City to win the WSL.
There's a lot of mental things going on there. Number 1 is City winning the WSL. Number 2 is Liverpool winning the League Cup.
So Lyon, let's break it all down. Lyon, it's full time here at Meadow Park. Arsenal 4, Häcken on the night 4 on aggregate, and Arsenal progress into the Champions League proper, which is ultimately what their goal would have been this season. 3 English sides then into the UEFA Women's Champions League. Very
Arsenal.
exciting stuff.
Was riveting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Champions League. Draw 1 o'clock, I think, tomorrow. Or is it 2 o'clock? Is it 1 o'clock CET time?
I don't know.
Let's have a gander.
Oh. Yeah, good game for Arsenal. They're through. Idaval walks over to the refs with his stupid coat. And there's one of those signs.
Yeah, 1 o'clock CET. So they're an hour one way, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which way is it?
They are 1 hour behind. No, ahead. Oh, I don't know. I'm too tired to deal with time. Arsenal are through. The draw's tomorrow.
It doesn't say who's through.
Watch the draw and then join us for our stream later for the Chelsea Palace game. We'll be talking about the draw. So make sure, watch the draw, then come talk to us about it.
Okay, the teams we know are Barca, Bayern, Chelsea, Galatasaray, Hammarby, Juventus, Lyon, Roma, St Pölten, Vålerenga and Wolfsburg. And then, from tonight's fixtures, we can add to that Juventus, Roma, Pölten, who were on there already. Don't know why they're on there, but Juventus and Roma aren't. Twente, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Celtic and Arsenal. So that is our Champions League.
Shake It Caldente should be banned.
Right, and on that note, we are going to call it an evening. As I say, we're back tomorrow evening for Chelsea Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace first home game in the WSL, and of course on Sunday Manchester City versus Brighton. City back at home as they'll be looking to get 3 points on the board after a draw against Arsenal. So join us for both of those. If you want something to watch, if you haven't had enough Arsenal fever, then go and watch our videos from in the week. We spoke about Arsenal yesterday in their game against Manchester City, and on Monday we reviewed all the action from the opening weekend of the WSL season. So go and check all of that out. That is everything from us today though. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.